What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Traders Podcast, baby. My voice is back to 100. It's about dang time. I got so sick of not being able to talk. I sounded like one of those smokers for the longest time. My name's Deborah. I've been smoking for 74 years. All right, welcome back to another episode here of the Traders Podcast with live AMC coverage. We will be checking out the live price action here today. Any sort of news articles that you guys would like me to dive into. So far as it sits right now, the price action is pretty choppy here in the pre-market, which does typically come when the overall volume is pretty low, right? So keep that in the back of your mind, right? We do need some volume. The situation does stay the same. Good morning, apes. Good morning, Gorilla Gang. It is beautiful to see everybody here today. Yes, George W. You need a theme song for your entrance? Maybe someday. I'll get into that. Let me know what you guys think of this background. I did this was made for me by someone over the Discord. I think it's pretty cool. There was a misspelling. They had T in financial before, but we got that fixed. What is up with ADMP? We will check that out really quick. So, looking at ADMP right now, it is down about 3.64%. Here in the pre-market, down to about $1.59, but it's not looking bad. Doesn't look bad right now. It's just consolidating, so it's trading in a pretty tight price zone right now. We need a break over $1.68 in order for this to really start moving. I hope you guys have been able to get into CTRM. I can't say that I called this, but I did call this. Absolutely loving it. Loving it. This looks beautiful. I said that I think this will hit $1.50, and sure enough, it did hit $1.50. Looks absolutely beautiful. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Hylian, long-term play, good time to buy or no? So if we do take a quick peek at Hylian, Josh, Hylian is one of those stocks that kind of trades sideways quite a bit, right? So it goes up and down. If we look at this on a 3-month chart, you'll be able to see it better. But the thing about Hylian is it's been in this really tight price zone right here for quite some time. So I think the better opportunity here is for swing trading. So you can buy in at the bottom here at about 15.36, sell it at the top for like $19, and then it does come back down. It's been doing this up and down pattern for a long time. I think right now is a good time to buy in. Then if you hold it for a couple of days, it'll probably retest that $19 range and you'll be sitting pretty good. Hey guys, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel. Just do it for George W. Do it for the Gorilla Gang. That's all that I can ask, my friends. I am a bot. Glad your voice is back to normal now, so you can say George W. George W. My name is George W. Yeah, man, it was a long time in the making. I gotta keep up on this water, which I am trying to do, and I'm still sucking on these cough drops, at least for now. KWBT made me 15K in 3 days. The financials are booming as well. Get in, people. Let's eat. What is that? KWBT. Oh, I've seen you drop that in there quite a bit. I really do appreciate it. People don't spam. I'm going to be honest with you. But I will check this out, my friend. So as it sits right now, it gapped up pretty nasty. This is an OTC market stock, so if you do trade on Webull, you won't be able to trade this stock. But based on what we see so far, it has retraced to about 38.2% or 0.068, which is a pretty strong retracement. Typically, if something stays above 50%, that does indicate a lot of strength in the charts, a lot of strong buying presence. So keep that in the back of your mind. It looks pretty good. I'd say a good entry point is somewhere between 0.062 and 0.068. If it does end up pulling back, it may not, right? But that is just to mitigate risk. Their overall financials annually, their gross profit is negative, but they're growing year over year for the most part. They had a little bit of a down year, but not terrible. They don't look bad. All right. Christian, Matt, David, and Jonathan, thank you guys so much. I know you like to stick to AMC, but before we start, could you check out ACB? So today, I will be willing to check out other stocks just because the price action on AMC is pretty flat right now without that volume, right? So the big thing that I want to provide for you guys with AMC is discussion. If we want to look at the live price action, we can do that, but there's not a lot of volume coming in right now. At least in the pre-market here, it is pretty choppy, so it is going to affect things quite a bit. But ACB looks good. This is another cannabis play, right? This ran up pretty smooth because of all the other cannabis plays that have been popping lately. It's in a nice upward moving channel right now. I anticipate you're likely going to see a pullback here eventually, but it did gap up in the pre-market, typically indicating that you might see a nice run. I think a pretty safe entry point is going to be somewhere around $20.27. If you want to get into this for a swing, that'd be my 2 cents. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, my friend. Matsky, could you use some words of encouragement? Sold Sundial and TLRY a few weeks ago for GME. Out of 2K, I'm down to 400 and missed the rocket for the pot stocks. Man, I feel you, my friend. I do. And my words of encouragement to you are, if you feel truly convicted, right? FOMO is real. FOMO is so real, my friends. I've been there. I missed out on plays because I was bag holding before. MVIS, I bought an MVIS back when it was $8. This is, I think, a perfect example. I bought an MVIS when it was $8, averaged my way down all the way to about $6.70, but it hit all the way back down to $4 at one point, right? And if I ended up selling back when Microvision was trading at $4.50, I would have never been able to experience this run-up, you know? So I'm not necessarily saying that we live in a vacuum, you know, that AMC is going to do exactly what Microvision did, but sometimes you just need to think macroscopically, right? You need to keep a long-term perspective, my friend. That's the best advice that I can give you. Don't give in to FOMO. It's so real. It's so real. From a strictly technical standpoint, does Sundial and TLRY have a chance to squeeze? They are both very heavily shorted stocks, so I think yes, but I think you likely saw at least a little bit of the squeeze. Here it is, oh my freaking God! It's up to $4.87. That's disgusting. Yeah, I think they do though. Sundial is currently the most active stock in the market. It has the most volume pumping in. It's up the most percentage, with Naked Brand being number 2. It's yeah, I'd say so. I think Sundial has more of a chance than Tilray does, but Tilray does as well. As long as these, man, I mean, this tells you everything you need to know. This probably already squeezed at least some. It was at $27 a couple days ago. You know, now it's at 77. That to me tells you everything. That tells you everything you need to know. I can't believe that. That is insane. Holy crap. Pretty wild. I would say so, though. Please read a post. Thank you, by the way, Hologos, for the super chat. I do appreciate you immensely. For everybody that's just tuning in, you're new to the family here at Trey's Trades. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang. Glad to have you here as a fellow trader. We check out live price action here in the market, right? And give you some feedback on what's happening here in real time. So Hologos says, please read a post on Reddit about Army guys owning weed stocks. It's prohibited, not worth losing a pension. George W. So I have read that. I don't own a position in any cannabis stocks for that exact reason. However, I am very likely going to be put on a medical profile. If you're just tuning into the channel and you're new here, I did have some medical in processing that I went to. They did some EKGs, an ultrasound on my heart. They did some enzyme testing, and they did find that I have damage in my intravascular system of my heart, which is only caused by ladder infarctions, which is fancy talk for I've had a couple heart attacks. I thought they were seizures. I thought I was having what I thought were basically just arrhythmic tachycardia or irregular beating of the heart. Turns out that it was actually heart attacks, and that's on my medical profile now. So we're going to end up seeing what they do, but I appreciate your 2 cents, my friend. All right. Lenny says, what YouTube channel did you learn your charting trading from in the beginning again? Rainer Teo. RAYNER space TEO. I'll show you him real quick. Rainer Teo. Him right here. He is the king of technical analysis. He's very easy to understand. He makes things super simple, right? He doesn't make it too complex or you don't understand what's happening. Got some good humor. He's a great channel. This is him right here. I learned everything from him, my friend. All right. Raymond Rodriguez. Thoughts on UAVS? I got in at just under $11. What would be a good price to buy more? So checking out UAVS right now. It does look like they saw a nice bounce off of this previous retracement. This is acting as a nice level of support right now at about $15.40 or so. Currently sitting at 55 on the RSI. If you would like to buy more right now, I think that'll treat you pretty well. However, if you do see it break this level right here, I think 1485 is a little bit better. That does seem to line up pretty well with a couple different touch points, right? So if you can get this at 1485, I think that'll be good. But this is a pretty strong level of support right here at 1538. So it probably won't break that. I think you're gonna do fine averaging up. OGI, I did cover this stock on the channel. I have made a video on this. I apologize to everybody that's tuning in right now that there is not a new video out this morning. I set my alarm for 3, and it was actually 3 p.m. So I ended up waking up at 5:45, slept in a little bit. Wasn't able to get out any content yet, but I will be putting out videos here as soon as the live stream is over. I don't have anything going on for the Army until about noon today. So once this live stream does end, I will be putting out some videos talking about some stocks that I think have some pretty good potential. I did end up buying a couple of call options on AGTC. They are $7.50 strike prices with expirations of 19 March 2019. And if we do check out AGTC, man, I was pretty happy to see this. Of course, we can't exercise options during the extended hours, but it ran up almost to 10 bucks. If I was able to exercise that, oh my God, that would have been dirty. That would have been beautiful. Regardless, coming back here to OGI, it is up pretty immensely. Chris Sane did talk about this on his channel. And as it sits right now, it is up pretty good and a nice upward moving channel. I would continue to hold personally. It looks good. I think it'll keep running. The volume is still picking up. It will pull back here eventually. If you want to set a stop loss, and I would say about 683, that should keep you pretty clean. All right. Thank you to everybody tuning in right now to the Traders Podcast. Welcome. Welcome again. Great to have everybody here. If you would not mind dropping a like for the George W, that'd be beautiful. Is it too late to enter MVIS and Sundial? Sundial, I'm a little more cautious. Microvision, I just wait for a pullback. I think MVIS is going to continue to run. I think it's going to be a triple-digit stock at the end of the at the end of the year. I was about to say the end of the month, but end of the year, I think it's going to be over $100. Wow. All right, so looking at power right now, the stock is pretty decent. We've got the 15-minute crossover the 200 EMA here, which is typically a sign of an upcoming run. In terms of retracement, it wasn't great. Came down to about 70% or so, but it is coming up pretty close to a critical point, which would be a retest of a level of resistance right here at about $8.42. It's in a pretty nice, clean, upward moving channel, as we can see right here, right? We've got 3 different touch points. We always look for at least 3 touch points to indicate a respected level of support or resistance. So this ascending level of support or resistance is verified, validated. I would anticipate in the next 3 days that you see a push over this level of resistance at $8.42. Volume is pretty decent, right? Picking up here the last couple days. Looks good. I think you're looking good. Rainer Teo for you, Jiraiya. I hope you were able to catch that previously. Jake Howden, I sold my 100 Sundial shares on Friday to average down on AMC. Now worried though, because I got an MVIS at $9. Cheers, Trey. You're awesome, man. Diamond hearts. Diamond brains. Love it. All right, so we're going to come back here to AMC. Thank you to everybody that has dropped a super chat. It is immensely appreciated. You guys really don't have to do that. It still blows my mind that people want to take the time to watch my live streams here. We're just a dude having fun. Just a dude having fun, looking at stocks. That's what it's all about, my friends. Looking like an absolute beautiful day. I am asked how I set my background screen. So I had that made for me by a friend over the Discord. I'm very thankful for that. It was made for me. I didn't do it. I'm not that intelligent. I don't have that kind of creative ability. My videos are pretty simple in nature. So that's how it happened. Trey's featured stock updates, please. All right, so I did cover OCGN. I said this stock will probably pull back, right? And it has done that. It actually pulled back more than I thought it would. I anticipated somewhere around $11 or $12. It has pulled back to 10. But I do still think there is long-term potential with OCGN. It's selling off, not as much volume as came in. So I think there's quite a few people still holding their position here. And it is formed a pretty nice, what could be the beginning of a bullish flag formation. So in order for us to really get moving again, we need to break out of this downward channel, which it does look like we may have done, right? So if you see this descending level of resistance, we always look for at least 3 touch points. 1, 2, 3, right? We get a wide range candle that breaks above this descending level of resistance. That could be the beginning of the end of that sell-off, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. It does look like this might be the floor. If we draw up a level of resistance, or I should say support right here, that does line up pretty well with these candle wick touches down here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points. We always look for at least 3. That's how that's looking right now. Looking pretty solid. Currently sitting at 40 on the RSI. I think OCGN, that's probably pretty close to the end of its sell-off. As it sits right now, AMC is currently trading at 564 here in the pre-market. We're going to take a look at the level 2s. We've got more buyers than sellers. We've got a pretty nice wall sitting at 560 to 61. Pretty decent. And a pretty decent sell wall at about 565 here in the immediate. So trading in a pretty tight price zone. We're going to need some volume to step in here in order for this to really start moving again. As I stated before, AMC is continuing to trade sideways because we do not have the volume to back it up. I love tacos says, I keep hearing about a Discord server. Why is there no invite link in your description? There is. It's through the Patreon. In order to get into the Discord, you can click on that Patreon link, and it is $5 a month, which is, you know, totally up to you on whether you want to do that or not. If you're not interested, that's totally fine, my friends. I will continue to provide you the best content that I possibly can. So, one thing that I do want to do while I have everybody here, since I was not able to put out any videos here in the morning, I did end up sleeping in on accident. I slept through my alarm. I apologize, my friends. You guys will have to forgive me. Please do not break up with me. I love everybody here. But I am going to show you guys the stocks that I did put on my overall watch list, which are these. So I put up AGTC. AGTC is up pretty decent here in the pre-market. It had a nice, disgusting run up to 963. If we look at their news, 1 hour ago, the Daily Biotech Plus soars on contract, plumbs on earnings, decision day for Regeneron, Bioventus, Applied Genetic EPS misses by 0.01, so by 1 cent, which isn't bad. That's not terrible. AGTC had their earnings call. They missed by 0.01. That's not bad, right? They still saw that nice one up to 963, and I'm assuming the volume here is going to be pretty decent. We've got more buyers than sellers as it sits right now. Does look like we might have found the bottom here at $5.52. We've got the beginning of a George W, my friends. Looks absolutely nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, this could be an inverse head and shoulders. So we've got the head right here. We've got a shoulder right here. And we've got what could be the beginning of another shoulder right here, which typically indicates that you're likely to see an upcoming reversal on the stock as such. Of course, we can only look at the charts and take, educated guesses, but that's how things look right now. That was the first stock that I did end up showing. Secondly was MVIS. MVIS is another stock that I think has a lot of potential. Obviously, I do think this is going to be a triple-digit stock by the end of the year, especially if their automotive LiDAR does come to fruition. These guys were up 50% in the extended hours yesterday because of one single news article talking about their prototype, right? So if you are looking for an entry point into MVIS, I think you'll get treated pretty well if you do end up buying in around a retracement level, which, if we take a quick peek here, would be about 38.2%. It had a very nice bounce off of this level right here at $18.95, currently trading at 2020. If you do see it pull back to about $18.95, I think it is going to treat you extremely well as an entry point. My friends, my family, I do not think this is the end for Microvision. I do think you're going to continue to see this run as people are just starting to open their eyes to how crazy good of a company this is. So that is another one that I've been looking for. I consider this as a long-term hold position. I think that'll treat you pretty dang well. Next is Exxon. Now, this is a stock that not a lot of people talk about. I don't see this on a lot of channels, and it's surprising because, back in what would have been December 30th, they were trading at $9, and they've gone all the way up to $66.46. They finally had a little bit of a correction, which gives an opportunity for traders to get into the stock if they are looking to do so, and they're holding very well right now at this 38.2% retracement, or what would be about $55.36. So if you're looking for an entry point, I do think that $55.36 is a pretty solid entry point to get into this company. It should treat you pretty dang well. And I consider that, I think they're going to continue to grow. I would consider hopping in at that point. It'll treat you pretty well. If you were able to get into the stock back when I made a video on this, your entry point being right around here at about $34, you would be up nearly, 80% right now, which is absolutely disgusting. This is another stock that I think is a good mid to long-term hold position. Next is going to be B Square. So B square is having a pullback right now, and it doesn't look appealing, right? Because it's not moving. But we don't want to buy into the stocks that are always ripping right away. We want to predict the stocks that are going to end up moving pretty soon, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. It has pulled back. It's giving you opportunity here to get into the stock. It is a great level of support with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different touch points, right? Very strong level of support. You know, I always say you're looking for at least 3 touch points to validate a level of support. We do have that. I think an entry point right here at about $7.25 for a potential swing to midterm hold position is going to treat you pretty dang well. And then we have GSAT. And GSAT is a great swing trade opportunity. They're currently the third most active stock across the market right now. Up pretty decent here in the pre-market, right? They ran up a lot in the trading day here the last 2 days. Had a little small correction, right? But I do anticipate you're going to see a pretty nice move here in the upcoming couple of days. So if you're looking at an entry point, I think it's probably going to hold up pretty well at this level of support right here, which would be at about $2.39. So if you get into $2.39, I think that'll treat you well, but this is pretty high on the RSI right now, sitting at 66. So keep that in the back of your mind if you are looking to establish a position in GSAT, right? If you do end up buying in at, $2.39 and it drops below that, I would either consider averaging down or setting a trailing stop loss for about 5 to 8%. That way you can get out and get back in at a better entry point. That way you can limit your losses and capitalize on your gains. Those are the stocks that I presented over at the Discord here this morning. Hope that you enjoy those. I'm going to read out some super chats. Thank you to everybody that is tuned into the Traders Podcast. Very appreciative of everybody here. Welcome and glad to have you as part of the family. All right. So just to keep up with the most relevant comments, I am going to scroll down here. Jake Howden, glad to hear that, my friend. Pop Squash. Oh, Pop Squash. Dude, I always love seeing you here. So, Pop Squash. Gotta scroll back up. Did you buy into Sens yet? Could it squeeze? I did buy into Sens. I am in Sens with 61 shares. I am going to be buying more. I have some extra dry powder laying around. About $736, which I am going to be putting into some different companies. I anticipate that I'm actually going to buy some call options on Sens. But I do think it has potential to squeeze. If we look at the overall, what would be short interest numbers. So we'll look up Sens short interest right now. Let me just take a quick peek on Fintel. So Sens short interest is short volume, I should say, is 16.5 million, which is 24% of the total market volume, which is pretty decently high. That's not bad. Their cost to borrow is actually decent. It's 18.68%, so it does have potential to squeeze. It does look that way. I would say so. I would definitely say that is a potential. Thank you, Zach Rose. Thank you, Selfax. I did talk about MVIS. I personally am not going to be buying into Sundial. I don't like chasing stocks. I know that I'm missing out on a run-up, but I would rather miss out on a run-up than chase and get burned pretty bad. IMTX. I'm glad to hear you're still around, Mitch. I appreciate that. We need you in this world, all my friends. We need you here. So, the charts right now have been trading sideways for quite some time. If we look at this on the 3-month chart, it's been up and down, up and down, up and down. This looks a lot like Hylian charts, right? They haven't really had a break yet. It does look like they're getting ready to retest a pretty nice level of resistance right here at 1175. If it breaks that, it could retest 1284. If it doesn't, it's pretty likely to come back down to these previous levels right here and rinse and repeat. I think the best opportunity here is with swing trading. So rinse and repeat, right? You could buy it at 981, get out at 1175, rinse and repeat until you see it break that 1175 level and retest 1284. That's my 2 cents. I'm glad to hear you're still around though, my friend. 100%. Camille, thank you very much for the super chat. I will check that out right now. XSPA. So XSPA, if we do take a quick peek, they are on a pretty nice little move right now. I'm going to look at this on the 1-month chart. So in terms of retracement, it's pretty strong. It did dip below 50% for just a while, did touch down at 61.8%, but it bounced pretty much immediately after that, had a nice wide range candle bar and a golfing candlestick pattern as we see right here. That usually indicates an upcoming bullish reversal, which has been playing out so far. If you want to buy into this, RSI is currently at 56. Not a lot of risk involved. There's a little bit of downside, but not a bunch, right? I think 283 is a pretty safe entry point. So 5 cents lower than you're sitting right now. It does look like it's getting ready to retest this level at $3 and I would say 45 cents. So you can buy in now for a swing, or you can watch for that push above, 345, in which case you'd be sitting pretty nice. Hey, I appreciate that, Terry. Thank you, my friend. Hologhosts, could you explain what are call options, what strike price, etc.? Be well, my friend. Of course. So for anybody out there that is not familiar with options, I will take a quick peek at this and just show you what calls are. So if we just take a quick peek, I've got 12 February 21 pulled up. I purchased my AGTC call option for 19 March 21. And I've got AMC pulled up here as an example. So what you can see is I'm on the calls right now. And what you want to do is look at the ask and the bid. So this tells you how much you're going to pay if you buy, a call option. So here you can see that it's 8 cents per share. You end up buying 100 shares total. So what would that come out to? I'm not great at math. Terrible. You guys, I'm ashamed of myself. Don't yell at me. So you'd end up paying $8 for one contract if you're looking at an $8 strike for 12 February on AMC, right? If you look at the open interest, this tells you how many people are looking into or have a position in a call option at that $8 strike. And then the expiration date of 12 February 21 tells you when that option expires, right? So it tells you when that play is over. Either A, it expires worthless, right? So if it's under $8, you lose the premium that you put into the option. Or if it's above the money, right? If you're above $8, you take a profit. So keep that in the back of your mind. That is what it is. That's my 2 cents. I hear people asking about CTRM. CTRM, it's up at $1.64 right now, I think. $1.67. As long as it keeps running, I would continue to hold. That'd be my 2 cents. If it looks like a lemon, smells like a lemon, tastes like a lemon, it's probably a lemon, my friends. I'm telling you that right now. Guys, I'm so pumped for everybody out there that got into CTRM. I called this happening. I'm telling you what. I'm pumped. Absolutely jacked to see this happening. I seriously think CTRM is worth $10. All right. I am going to recognize everybody that dropped the super chat. I don't want to read the most I want to keep up with the most recent, up-to-date, comments that are coming into the chat here. We're going to come back here to AMC and keep you guys up to date as well. But I'm going to read off these names quick. Thank you to everybody that is tuned in right now. I appreciate everybody immensely. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang. If you are new to the channel, if you are not, welcome back, my friends. We are looking at AMC right now. So, I'm going to read off these chats. Thank you to Osk, Vicky, the Mr. Beard, Jeff Lewis, Andre, Barry, Samantha, Bad for Life, Panda, Dylan, Mike, Sandollar. Good morning, my friend. Japes, Simba, killed it. Oh, man. You guys all rock. You guys are seriously insane. It blows my mind. Killed it. Jake, Scott, Red Gotti, Chris, Kingsley, Javier, AJ Bass, Kingsley, Aaron, Javi, Chago Rodriguez, Bowl of Carrots. Bowl of Carrots, man, I love it. Dr. Certifiable. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Scott, again. Akidu. I can read Japanese. That's cool, man. Akidu. Thoughts on ASRT? Love your channel, man. I think ASRT is good, but I do want to come over to AMC. I do see some people that want to get that checked out. That is the purpose of the video, but I do know that the price action is not moving a whole lot here. So ASRT, as it sits right now, is getting ready to retest the level of resistance here at 210. It's in a nice upper moving channel. It's got the 15 EMA trading way above the 200 EMA. I think I would continue to hold if you have a position here. If you don't, I think a buy-in right now is pretty safe. It is trading at 54 on the RSI. Vicky, Miguel, Brian, and Rick. Thank you, my friends, as well as Ben Too Busy. So we're going to come back here to AMC. For anybody out there that is wondering the most up-to-date information regarding AMC, if you were not able to catch my video, I do have, Ortex that I do pay a monthly subscription for, and I will be able to show you the numbers associated with AMC. So I've got Ortex pulled up right now, and I know that people have been confused because of the numbers pumping in this, right? So some people have been saying that it's 15% short interest, which I think is extremely low. I think it's pretty unlikely that the stock ends up, staying in that 15% range. If that is true, right? That would be talking about the date, 29 January, which is the settlement date, released on the 9th of February. So that's talking about the period between 15 January and 29 January, right? Well, what I can tell you right now is Ortex has an 89.75% utilization rate, which is just over 10% utilizable lendable shares available to borrow, which indicates to me that there are a lot of shorts that are either A, holding their short positions, or B, shorting the stock, right? Keep that in the back of your mind. We've got 85.87 million shares out on loan right now, which is a change of about 15% compared to the previous 7 days. The days to cover is starting to increase. This indicates that it is going to be harder for shorts to cover their positions. In fact, on the 9th of February, it does say it is 0.74. So it does look like we might have found the bottom in terms of the shorting territory. Now, of course, we can't know the future. I don't have a crystal ball. But I do find it extremely likely they are pretty close to the bottom here. There is also the matter of Vanguard. So I have seen a lot of people talking about the Vanguard situation, right? And I think I did just take a peek at this. So if we look at Vanguard's AMC position, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find this. We'll look at AMC institutional ownership. I do know that Vanguard did release that they own just, I think, under 5% of the total shares available for AMC. On Fintel, as of now, if we just take a quick peek, Vanguard, as of February 10th, does have an ownership percent of about 4.67%. Current shares, 7.66 million total shares, right? So they actually own more than BlackRock does. This was updated on February 10th. It appears that they have 5.9 million shares, or about 2.1% stake in the company, which is actually a little bit lower than it was previously. So it looks like they did sell some of their shares, but they do still hold a pretty decent amount. So I think Vanguard and BlackRock, we have these updated numbers. We know they're still holding on AMC. I think they would have absolutely closed out of their positions if they thought that there was no value in the company, right? I think AMC is sitting in a lot better spot than GameStop is currently for a couple different reasons, and I think that's why you're seeing Vanguard and BlackRock hold their positions in this company. So keep that for what it is. Misguided. I would really appreciate if you don't spam the channel. If I see that, I'm gonna probably end up muting you. I apologize. I really don't want to. I don't want to be that kind of guy. I don't want to mute you, but it is a little bit frustrating for the viewers out there. I want to try and keep the chat as clean as it can possibly be. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right, gonna read off some of these super chats real quick. Ben Too Busy. Reddit has a post about setting a sell limit to stop hedge funds from borrowing shares. What are your thoughts about this? Could this work for AMC? So I did actually look at that. I'll see if I can find it again. Sell limit AMC Reddit. All right, so the thing about that, setting a sell limit and not selling your shares, right? Well, that's from 12 days ago. It was from this morning. I remember seeing that. Well, I know what the article was talking about, so I will just update you. Essentially, what it was saying is if you guys set a sell limit on your shares and you hold them and don't sell them, right? The hedge funds it's a supply and demand type situation, right? So they have to buy their shares back from somebody, and that somebody is typically us, which is why Mark Cuban on his AMA at Ask Me Anything, right, was saying the best possible thing that you can do in this situation is continue to hold. And I think he's a very intelligent man, obviously, right? And he said that because of that exact situation. Hedge funds, unless they are naked shorting, right, using counterfeit shares, have to buy their shares back from somebody. So if you end up not selling your shares, you end up, holding your position, setting a sell limit, that is going to help the overall hedge fund situation and in the long term help push this price back up, right? And once this does start to slowly creep up, right, you're going to start attracting investors back, you're going to start attracting traders back, the volume will come back, the volatility will come back, and then thus the potential for the squeeze will become more realistic. That is my opinion on that, my friend. All right, Gage, Trey's the myth, the man, the legend. Thoughts, AAU. I appreciate that, my friend. So I will check out AAU real quick here. I do still have my position in AMC for anybody out there wondering. You can see it down here. I've got 404 shares. I did actually purchase more. Currently down about 36.62% as it sits right now. And I have another 150 shares over at my Fidelity account. But AAU, as it sits right now, up about 1% here in the pre-market. Does look like it formed a pretty nice beginning of a cup right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see this form a cup and handle, which would be another smaller dip, right? So not coming down all the way back to previous levels. followed by some sort of dip like this, coming back up as such, and then moving up like that, right? That would be a pretty huge win in my books if you see it form a cup and handle. And we do see a little bit of a pullback here. It is still up in the pre-market, but we see a pretty decent wide range candle. If you're looking for an entry point, I think somewhere around here is going to treat you pretty well, about 90 cents. That'd be my 2 cents, my friend. On the R side, sitting at 62, so it's a little close to overbought, in my opinion. Thank you to everybody tuned in to the Traders Podcast, my friends. We are checking out AMC's live price action, and while this has been a pretty flat stock, I am more willing to check out some different ticker symbols that you guys want me to check out. Of course, the main focus of the video is going to be AMC. So that is what we will focus on. If people do ask questions about that stock, I will take priority there, as that is the title of the video. That is the purpose of the video. But we are glad to have you here, my friends. It has been a journey. I'll tell you what right now. Oh my God. I can't believe how stupid AMC has been lately. It is such an emotional roller coaster. So many highs and so many lows. Tis is life. Tis is life. We had this crazy short laddering down, right? Absolute massive sell-off. Small rally, right? Followed by another downward moving channel. We had, what was for a very long time just a descending channel. A descending level of support, descending level of resistance. Ended up breaking that level right here with I would have liked to see a more wide range candle bar, but we did break it nonetheless and create some separation between that descending level of resistance. So that is how we are looking right now with that. Alrighty. Gonna read off some of these super chats. I appreciate everybody here. Physics TT Olga, do you have any information about CTRM shorts? We can check that out really quick. So if you pull up Fintel, we can check out the CTRM shorts. But interest, right? So the CTRM short interest, as of now, according to Fintel, on what would have been February 10th, we saw 88 million total in short volume, which is 33% of the total market volume on the day. It's been increasing. Shorts have been doubling down their positions in CTRM. The borrow fee rate is very high, 27%, which is extremely high, right? And the total short shares available is only 3 million. And when you compare that to the previous day of short volume of 88 million, that's not a lot. That is not a lot at all. So very high potential for some squeeze with CTRM. They're up real good here in the pre-market, up 27%, up to about $1.67. They have seen $1.67 as a high, so they're at $1.53 right now. I predicted they would hit $1.50, and that did come to fruition. Hey, Millennial Stock Investor, good to see you here, my friend. Morning, Trey, glad to see you doing well. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you, brother. Much support. Hey, you too, brother. Good to see you here. Everybody check out Millennial Stock Investor. He's got his own investing channel. He does know his stuff. He's a very positive influence. He's got great content. He always keeps it 100. He's got some great motivational stuff. If you are interested, he is a good man, for sure. I am listening to another 2-hour anime playlist right now out there, for anybody wondering. Does help keep the ears occupied. I'm a huge anime fan. I've actually got an anime leg sleeve out there for anybody that is interested. I know that's probably not interesting to you, but, I'm a big anime guy. Absolutely love it. VIZZLE. So I will check out VIZZLE real quick here. So VIZZLE, as it sits right now, did have a pretty nasty cup and handle. So you see the cup right here, little handle, run up, right? Bleeding a little bit right now, pulling back. Does look like it might break this retracement level. So I would guess that you're going to see this pull back to about $4.17. Watch for a bounce. You see a bounce there, I wouldn't feel uncomfortable establishing a position, especially because it is starting to approach oversold territory, sitting at 44 on the RSI. Still a nice gap here between the 15 EMA and the 200 EMA, looking pretty solid. We are about what would be 42 minutes away from the market open here today. All right. Bowl of carrots, second message, check out Sync, let people know. I apologize that I missed it. I do try to keep up with the most recent comments. So, any recent news here on Sync? Surges a $92 million merger agreement with Center Lane Firm. That could be pretty huge. Technology company. Damn, they look pretty decent right now. They're on the NASDAQ. They gapped up pretty nasty. I would guess that they're going to pull back a little bit. Anytime that it gaps up and the first candle is red, that typically indicates that you're going to fill that gap, at least some. So I would wait for a pullback before you establish a position here. But it could be a good stock to get into for sure. I'd watch for a hold over 212. Chad Lewis, love your videos. Too late for CTRM. Next buy-in. I would hold off on CTRM. It has been running for quite some time. I would wait just a bit, just because it has run up so much, right? I anticipate you're probably going to see a pullback pretty soon. Look at this. It's been over 70 on the RSI for a long time now. That's some dangerous territory. I would hold off. I would personally hold off just to be safe. Good entry point. I would wait for a retracement. It's probably going to end up breaking this ascending level of support here eventually. Or it'll pull back to that ascending level of support, which is going to be about $1.29. If it ends up breaking that, I think a $1.17 is the most likely, point that it stops. You'd be sitting pretty nice. Star Quintero. Hey Trey, I'm 38 years old and never looked twice at stocks. I jumped on the AMC bandwagon for the cause and stayed because of you. Thank you for the education. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. It's good to have you here, my friend. I really do appreciate everybody that has taken the time to give support to the channel. This is a community. This is a team, right? I genuinely don't think I could do what I do here without my team, right? We do this together. Apes together strong, baby. Drop some gorillas in the freaking chat bar. I don't know who came up with that Gorilla Gang thing, but my friends, oh my God, I love it. I love it. That made my day. I tell my girlfriend about that all the time, and she says, who cares? Nobody cares about your Gorilla Gang. I love it. It absolutely cracks me up. Absolutely love it. Gonna pop down another lemon cough drop here. All right. Chuck Taylor, after Mill get office at AAFES to give calls to soldiers to pay off 65K cars at 28% interest through trading. Arigato gozaimasu from Nippon. Oh, you speak some Japanese, huh? Arigato gozaimashita. Watashi wa Toremen Korin-san. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I got my minor in Japanese in college. I don't know if that's interesting to anybody, but... All right. Check Tilray. I will check that out quick. I have 4 shares. Wondering if I should buy more now and hold for a squeeze. I think that it already squeezed a little bit. I'm going to be honest. It's run up a lot, guys. Tilray has run up a lot. I don't want to say that cannabis is going to cool off, but all cannabis, I think, was a little bit of hype. I think it was a hype thing. You see the momentum? People were riding this momentum. It's already pulled back a lot. It's pulled back to about 57 bucks. It's broken this upward moving channel, right? Which, by the way, was a disgusting upward moving channel. Absolutely filthy. I think it's already squeezed a bit. I would watch for a hold. It looks like it might end up holding here at that 38.2% retracement. And if it does, that's pretty strong. That's not bad. That's not a bad retracement. 55 on the RSI, but you're going to wait and see if it holds that. If this is a false breakdown, that 58.66 will be good. If it doesn't end up being a false break, you're going to probably watch that 50% retracement at 52.79. But typically with squeezes, retracements are pretty harsh, right? Think GameStop. GameStop retraced very harshly. So I would watch this very closely until you see it settle down a little bit, personally. All right, gonna read out some more of these super chats and then scroll down to the bottom. I know that I'm missing some people. I do apologize. I'm only one man. I'm only one ape. It is tough for me to keep up with absolutely everybody, but I will do my best here. So I'm gonna read out some of these super chats. Thank you to everybody that has taken the time to donate and support the channel. It does mean a lot to me. Bucks fan D. Oliver, Silly Pants Gus, Benjamin, Lance, Chase, Jake, Devin, Nicholas, Joseph, Moist Napkins. I love that. I love the Fox. Jiraiya, UAMY. So UAMY did end up pulling back a little bit, but that's not the end of the world. It's trading at $1.51 right now. It did form a pretty nice, what looks to be the beginning of a George W. We got one bottom out here, the George W. My name is George W. This does look like the beginning of a George W. formation right here, my friends. And if that does end up bouncing, right, we've got what appears to be a 2 lows, high close candlestick pattern, typically a sign of an upcoming bullish reversal. 2 lows, high close indicates that you have a red candle, opens high, closes low, followed by a green candle, opens low, closes high. That typically indicates that you have buying pressure, stepping back into the stock, right, to help push the price back up. If you have a position in UAMY, my guidance with this was to hold it for a couple of days. If you did end up getting in at my entry point, which was about $1.40, you're sitting pretty good right now. You would not be looking too bad. And then Benjamin, Jay Appleseed, Mark, Steven, Hector, friends in low places, Brian, I appreciate you. Love you too, my man. I appreciate that a lot. Nicholas, I think you should buy back in NVIS. Yes. To me, that is going to be a long-term hold stock. I think it's going to be worth over $100 at the end of the year. Ben Pitts, I am staying hydrated. I appreciate that, my friend. We need to make a shirt that says, stay hydrated. Drink water. Drink water, you big idiot. All right. GHIV. I'll check this out briefly. After this, we are going to come back to AMC and check out the situation there. Answer some questions for people. So GHIV. I think it's going to be a good play with the Matterport and UWM mergers coming up. Well, we do know that if this is a holdings company, which it is, the floor is $10. So the downside is not very high. The risk is not very high. I don't think you're going to go bad getting into this, especially because this does look like the bottom at 1162, trading at 42 on the RSI. I'd feel very comfortable buying into this right now. I'm with you, my friend. Coming back here to AMC, I've seen some people ask, what is the squeeze potential looking like right now with AMC? Is there still potential? I want to tell you guys one thing about why I really like AMC, especially compared to GameStop. And you guys were probably able to watch this video, but if you weren't, I'm going to show you. I'm not gonna play it for you because it's a 20-minute video. But Financial Education ended up putting a video out talking about AMC stock. He said he's all in on AMC, and I don't want to talk about, I think it was a good video, not because he agrees with me by any means, but he presents good information. And some of the information that I want to talk about here that he talks about is why he thinks it's a good company and why it's worth investing in. So this is what catches my eye right here, is the $917 million that were raised last month. In comparison to GameStop, when their stock went up to $500, right? They didn't capitalize on that. AMC did, right? They raised $917 million after taxes and fees. I think they ended up profiting about $700 million. And they publicly stated, the CEO stated, this is going to be enough cash flow for us to hold our, keep business operating for at least a year, which should hold them through the COVID pandemic, right? And move us into when quarantine ends and movie theaters open back up, right? Some places, some locations, movie theaters are already starting to open back up in more, conservative political places like California. I know that things are pretty much back to normal from my understanding, right? And as the country continues to push out the Pfizer vaccine, the Moderna, potentially the OCGN vaccine, right? This is only going to progress. You're only going to continue to see things open back up for AMC's potential for revenue to increase, right? I think that AMC's danger of bankruptcy is pretty much off the table at this point. And at least in the midterm, right? In the midterm, if the squeeze doesn't happen, which I think it still very much potentially could, right? The numbers are there. We see that there's high short volume coming into the stock. We see the utilization is extremely high. We see the days to cover is starting to increase again. We see that we may have found the bottom, right? We just need the volume to back it up. Once the volume steps back in, we're going to be back in good territory with AMC. Now, I'm not saying California is conservative, but I do know that California, I know they're they're a liberal state, but I do think they have started opening up movie theaters again. No. You guys crack me up. God dang it. Anyways, what I'm getting at as a point here is the $917 million, right? So they're going to be able to continue operations with their movie theaters. So that's a big deal. So I like that a lot. Another thing that he's talking about is this huge pent-up demand for travel, concerts, movies, bars, etc. People are going to be really excited to get out and active again. That's going to be a big deal. At least in the midterm, the hype will eventually die, as all things do, right? Hype never lasts. But people are going to be excited to go to the movies again, and that's going to drive sales, right? And I've seen some very interesting things in regards to, it was on Reddit. I don't remember exactly where it was, but they're talking about this potential for like a virtual reality potential in movie theaters, right? So if that's something that AMC can capitalize on and they get into, that virtual reality, interaction, the interactive VR sector of movies, that could be a new play that potentially shoots the price up. I wouldn't be surprised with that at all. But because of that, I do think the potential for this company, even if a squeeze doesn't happen, is extremely high. I don't think you're going to be a bag holder if you end up holding this position. I think, in fact, not only will you make back your losses if this doesn't squeeze, which I do think it could very easily squeeze. With that being said, the company potential is still extremely high. So just keep that in the back of your mind, my friends. All right. Gonna read out some more super chats here. Thank you to everybody that has tuned into the video here today. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang if you are new here. And if you are not, welcome back to the Gorilla Gang. Drop some gorillas in the freaking chat bar, because that is what it's all about, my friends. The Gorilla Gang is strong with this one. We got some diamond hands and diamond hearts. Man, I'll tell you what. If I got a heart transplant, if I ever need to have surgery, I'm going to make sure they infuse that thing with the freaking hardest of diamonds. Because that's what it's all about, my friends. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. At least I can laugh at myself. That's all that matters. All right. So I'm going to read out some more of these super chats. Thank you to everybody here. I appreciate you immensely. Going to scroll back up. Ben Pitts, I appreciate you. Killed it. Vine announced a reverse stock split in a Discord and people are talking about it. A reverse stock split? I don't think that's a good move on Vine. Why would they do that? Why would Vine do a reverse stock split? If that's true, that's why you're seeing a sell-off here. I'm going to have to do a little more research on that. I haven't heard that. But if that is true, that's probably going to hurt the stock price. People don't like reverse splits. They don't like reverse splits. Reverse splits typically indicate that a company doesn't have faith that a stock can hold over $1. It's typically something with penny stocks that you'll see when they're trying to maintain NASDAQ compliance. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Jonathan, what are my thoughts on CLOV? I think I've looked into CLOV and I don't mind it. CLOV. In terms of chart setups right now, they've been bleeding for a while. I would wait until you see a definitive bounce because we haven't got it yet. This does look like it could be the beginning of a nice bounce. This is a George W. Actually, it's an inverse head and shoulders. So we've got a head, shoulder, shoulder right here, right? And then we've got a neckline, which we did have a false breakover, which I would have liked to see a harder push. The neckline right here, we didn't quite break it. That was a false break, came back down, retesting, right? I don't think he found the bottom for sure yet. For now, I would stay away. For now. Come back to this in a couple days. Unless you see some big news come out. All right, Jamie, I studied Asian studies and Japanese in college. Oh, that's badass. I mean, no, God dang it. I try not to swear on the channel. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Jamie, it's an interesting language. I love Japanese. I love the Japanese culture. When to get out of Sundial? Well, as of now, let me come back to the most active stock. Sundial is still the most active stock currently in the market. Has a lot of volume pumping. 123 million total shares as of now. Still up 28% on the day. It's pulled back quite a bit. I would say if you're up a pretty decent amount, I mean, this is going to eventually end, right? I think you're going to know that it's ended when you see a break over this or under this, right? If you see a break underneath this ascending level of support, to me, that is going to indicate that the run is over. You'll know if you see a wide range candle that breaks it. If you see something like this where just a wick just barely creeps under there, right? It could very easily bounce back up. But if you see a hard break, right? Something like this, where it's a hard push, a wide range candle like that, then it's over. At that point, it's already run as much as it probably will for now, right? It very easily could come back up, but it's already pulling back a lot. I mean, it's right now on the 63 on the RSI. I don't want to tell you to get out by the off chance that it does keep running, right? But if you're up a pretty decent amount, nickels and dimes, my friends, nickels and dimes is what it's all about. If you stack 10% returns on your entire portfolio, you double your account. 10% returns will triple your account, right? So be content walking away with a little gain, right? That's not the end of the world. It feels great to hit those grand slams, those home runs, right? But the little ones add up. The chump change adds up. The best way to build wealth is slowly over time, right? It's going to decrease your overall risk. You're going to guarantee, right? Because it's a lot easier to hit the 10%ers than the hundreds. That's my 2 cents. All right. Gonna read out some of these super chats just to recognize everybody that has donated. I appreciate you guys immensely. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang. My friends, I hope that you guys are excited because I have a website for merch that you guys have been asking for who knows how freaking long now. And we have a Gorilla Gang t-shirt in the works. We've got a George W. t-shirt in the works. My friends, drop a George W. in the chat. Drop a Gorilla in the chat if you would be interested in buying a shirt from this merch website. I am thinking about launching this on either Friday or Saturday. So if you want me to launch it Friday, let me know. If you want me to launch it Saturday, let me know. That is 100% in the works right now. We will continue to make products for you guys, but I'm very excited to release that. Of course, absolutely not necessary in the least bit, but it has been requested by quite a few people, and I do want to throw that out there so that you guys know that I have listened to your guys' your requests, and it is in the works. So we're cooking with Crisco, baby. All right. So Ashley, thank you. Ivan, Mr. Nobody, appreciate it. KNACK. So KNACK is a play that I did suggest to people. And I do think KNACK, oh, it did exactly what I thought it would do. Yeah, baby. God dang. I'm telling you, my friends, this stuff is too easy. This stuff is too easy. Anybody can learn how to read charts, my friends. That is my sole goal with this channel, is to show you that you don't need me around to do this. You don't. That's why I try to break it down as simple as I can, because I am a simple ape. I am one simple ape. I'm a simple man. You guys can learn this. I got my undergraduate degree in nutrition. Anybody can learn how to read these charts. It's so easy. Look at this. So what happened? How did I predict the KNACK would break out, right? Well, I saw this. So let me clear the chart. I'll show you exactly what I saw. What I saw is the beginning of separation between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA. So back here, I saw they had the crossover, right? I saw they came back down, but then it didn't gap back down, right? The 15 MA did not cross back under the 200 EMA. It's consolidated. Consolidation typically slightly favors buyers. I saw a small green candle indicating a little bit of buying presence, right? So since I saw that, I saw there was starting to be a little separation between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA, indicating there might be an upcoming break, which we did get, right? So if you want to do this yourselves, my friends, the two indicators that I use are the 15 MA on Webull and the 200 EMA, right? And now we do have this nice gap starting to form. We have this nice ascending channel, right? This ascending level of support. We have an ascending level of resistance right here. We did end up breaking that ascending level of resistance with a wide range candle, which then validates to us that we have a new respected level of ascending support, right? So now this level is acting as support, as you can see right now. And we've established a new ascending level of support. We always use at least 3 different touch points to validate any level of support or resistance. We have 4 here, which to me indicates this is a validated level of support or resistance. You're going to know that KNACK is done running when it either A, breaks beneath this ascending level of support, or B, breaks above this ascending level of resistance, and it'll continue to run. That's how it sits right now, my friends. That is how we are looking at this current moment. All right, Todd. Hey, man, 101st Airborne, 11 Bravo, first sergeant here. Wounded in Iraq, 100%. Oh, man. I appreciate your service, my friend. My dad was in the Army for 24 years. He was originally a part of the 82nd out at Fort Bragg. Then he went SF. He was a part of Delta Force. I think they call him the Cavs now. But he's been all over the place, and very good guy. My stepdad ended up passing away about 5 years ago from a heart attack, but my biological father, both of them I consider, very close parts of my family and in my life, but he is a bad man. He's done some really crazy stuff, and all I can say is I have nothing but respect for military. He was a first sergeant as well when he retired, so thank you for your service, Todd. I know I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but I really do respect military. I don't know what the future holds for me now that they found out that I do have a heart condition, that I have had heart attacks. I didn't know that I did until just now, until a couple days ago here, but I'll tell you what, no matter what ends up happening, I'm gonna do the best that I can to provide you guys the content that I can and to make a difference in people's lives, because I love the community we have here, and it's all about the team, man. I don't do this by myself. It's just like the Army. It's a team effort. It's a team effort, my friends. We do this together. That was a long tangent. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm seeing people ask about the program. This is Webull. This is Webull version 4 for the desktop. If you want dark mode on, you got to click on the little cog on the bottom left. Just click dark mode, and it does change the overall color. So, gonna read off some more super chats here. Galixa, Nicholas, Geo the Legend, Todd, thank you again. Need any help with Medboard, let me know. Google Army First Sergeant Todd Landon. Look at ACB, has earnings today. I am going to keep that pulled up here. First Sergeant Todd Landon. Oh, dang, you got a LinkedIn. Touch the image that is the correct way up. All right. Yeah. Infantry Senior Sergeant at U.S. Army, First Sergeant, 101st. That's you. I'll keep it pulled up. I'm going to keep that pulled up. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. But ACB has earnings today. ACB. I don't know if they were bad earnings because it already broke that ascending level of support. That looks a little bearish right now. It's selling off pretty hard. I'm going to see here real quick where the next possible level of support's going to be. And it looks like here. So watch for a hold over $18.18. If you do end up getting that, I would say that's a pretty good entry point. Chad Lewis, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you immensely. We've got John Fields. Good morning. What are the top 3 picks for today that you would buy at open? GSAT is probably on the list for me. I think MVIS is another great one. And then I did have this. If you're looking for a long-term play, this isn't much of a swing, but this is not talked about a lot. I think XONE is a huge, huge potential stock. And it's not even talked about, which is nuts, because a month ago it was trading at 12 bucks. Nobody talks about it. This is a huge entry point. It's sitting at 51 on the RSI right now. This has had nothing but growth for a long time. They're a 3D printing company. They work with metal and sands, right? Kind of similar to Nano Dimensions, except NNDM focuses on technology. This is a huge company. Buying on that right now looks beautiful. That's my 2 cents. Gonna come back here to AMC, look at the price action and see if there's any new developments, and it does not appear that we have any. It has been barcoding pretty bad in a tight price zone here. Barcoding typically is when you see that, penny back and forth sort of movement. That typically happens when you see traders step into a stock and scalpel, check. We're gonna have to shock him. Yeah, I love Eminem. Anyways, scalping typically happens when you've got traders that come into the stock and, penny for penny, algorithmically try and milk the stock for little gains, right? So that could be what's happening right here. It also is probably due to the fact that there's not a lot of volume pumping in right now. So take that for what it is. That's how that is currently looking. Oh, Drippity Drop. Thank you, my friend. Holy Toledo. I appreciate you. Thank you for your service. First off, I am currently in Kabul, and I've been here for 9 years. Can you take a look at WHAMMY and EWLL? I understand this is for AMC, which I do have diamond hands in. It's sitting at 852 shares. I definitely can do that, my friend. So UAMY is a great play. They do have antimony, which is a material that is used in batteries, typically found in electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, and they are forming a nice little pullback here. They're starting to move back up. We do have what appears to be a George W right here, right? We got that 1 bottom, 2 bottom, ascending bottom. And then macroscopically speaking, if we use this as a single bottom, you can see that we actually have another George W forming on an ascending moving channel. We look for 3 touch points to validate any ascending level of support or resistance, or any level of support or resistance in general, right? Which we do get right here. So if you're looking for an entry point into UAMY, I would say at the very worst case scenario, you're looking at somewhere around here, or best case, I should say, $1.42 as a good entry point. I stated before that I think $1.40 is a pretty solid entry point into UAMY, but I do think it's getting ready for a run here. I feel very good about it. I like UAMY as a company. I think they have a lot of upside. It looks solid. And then as far as EWLL, oh, I've actually never looked at the stock. This is an OTC market stock, my friends, so you will not be able to trade this on Webull. Do keep that in the back of your mind. You can trade OTC on Fidelity or Charles Schwab. I think Robinhood might do that. I've never used Robinhood, so take that with a grain of salt, right? I don't know for sure. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And I've got the C this time. It's not misspelled. It's not financial spelled with a T. It's with a C. I promise you, I'm not a guppy. This was actually made for me by a friend. This background, I'm very appreciative of it. It was awesome. It was given to me over at the Discord. Very appreciative. So much props to my friend over the Discord for making that. Anyways, EWLL, as it sits right now, if we take a quick peek at what they are, they're a health and wellness company. Any recent news that has come out, we do not have anything as of late. 2020 was the most recent news article, but it's holding pretty well, this retracement. However, this was a pretty disgusting gap up. We've got a huge gap right here with a little bit of price action left to be filled. I mean, it did mostly get filled, but I don't typically count candle wicks a whole lot, so I find it likely that you see a retest somewhere between these zones. I don't know when that time will come, but typically you do end up filling the gaps. So somewhere between 0.003 and I would say 0.0036, I think will eventually get filled. Looking at an entry point, I think that's the safest. If you're willing to take a little bit of risk, I would think somewhere around here at about 0.0039 looks pretty solid. That is what it looks like right now, but it looks very bullish. I mean, a huge gap between the 15 EMA and the 200 EMA. RSI is really high right now, though, so be careful. Be careful buying into that. Taking a quick peek here at AMC, we are going to take another look at the price action here. If we pull up the level 2s, as it sits right now, there are more buyers than sellers. Still have that same buy wall sitting at 560 as a nice level of support, with 561 being the next secondary, right? And then pretty even spread across the ask, right? So no huge sell walls, the largest being at 565, which we do have leveled off right here, right? We did have a false break over, followed by another sell-off, and I anticipate that we might not see so much action here. May not see much action until the market open, in which case we might see it run. If I had to take a guess, SSR is not in place as of right now. We do have the 15 EMA cross over the 200 EMA as we're sitting right now, but I anticipate this is probably going to get shorted again. So unless we get some good volume, my friends, I'm not going to BS you guys. It might end up selling a little bit here at the open, right? I always want to keep it real with you. I don't want to BS you guys. I've had some people say there are YouTube channels that have been bashing me, calling me a scammer, saying I'm trying to cheat you guys out of your money. I'm going to let you guys form your own opinions, but I'll always keep it 100 with you. If it looks bad, it looks bad. And right, it's looked bad. It has. This is going to take some time. The squeeze is going to take some time. Keep that in the back of your mind. I just want to be absolutely real with you, my friends. That is how it's looking right now. D. Cole, have you seen Fidelity's probability for AMC? $500? I have not seen that. I haven't used Fidelity since I liquidated my account because of collateral issues, right? But I have. If that's true, I don't know what that looks like for $500. That'd be pretty crazy. But I have seen that analysts are starting to upgrade their price targets on AMC. Some have been saying somewhere around $20 to $25, which is actually pretty decently high. I still feel good about AMC. I'm telling you, the price is psychological, my friends. If I had sold out of MVIS back when it was $4, then I wouldn't be riding MVIS right now when it is up to 20 and change, right? It's all about your convictions. If you did your research, you did your due diligence, you feel comfortable with the cause, the reason you got into the stock, the price is psychological. That's my 2 cents. All right, gonna read off some super chats so I can stay up to the most up-to-date information here, the most up-to-date super chats. I appreciate everybody here. CTRM is forming a W. George W. We love the George W. CTRM. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Up to $1.67. If you look here on the 1 minute chart, I'm assuming that's where you see it. Oh, indeed. We got that as a picture perfect, George W. That is getting ready to run. My friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang, I would expect a retest of $1.67 here. It is getting ready. It is getting ready. That is sexy. That looks great. Cali is mostly shut down still, bro. Any chance? Oh, I appreciate that. I think I was thinking of Florida for some reason. I don't know why I said Cali. Atos. I like Atos as a company. I've talked about this before on the channel. If we look at this on the 1 month chart, as of now, it did break a pretty significant level of support, but we do have another one right here at about $3.31. So I would watch for a hold over 331, and we do still have this ascending level of support right here, right? So if we end up holding this ascending level of support, that'll be pretty significant. So if we break it, we've got 331. If we don't, we've got 342. That's where I would look at getting an entry point if you are considering doing so. To everybody that's tuned in right now to the Traders Podcast, welcome. We are glad to have you here. If you would not mind hitting that like button, because George W. is asking you very kindly to do so, and because Gorilla Gang's strong, that is all that I can ask for, my friends. I do appreciate everybody here immensely. Team effort, my friends. We are all in this together, and I am still holding my position in AMC very strong, down 36% here on my Webull account with 404 shares. I do have 150 shares total over on my Fidelity account, and I am going to be holding up as strong as ever, my friends. Brandon, thank you. Ed Shu, Holy Ghost, analysts say AMC won't return to pre-COVID price because they issued a lot of new shares for get over COVID. Your thoughts? So there's potential that it doesn't, right? There's nothing that we can 100% with certainty say will happen or won't happen, but I disagree with that. I personally disagree with that because I see potential in the company, right? Even though there are a lot of new shares out, right? Which, you know, take that for what it is. That does increase the overall supply, which decreases the demand, which puts, you know, fake selling pressure on the stock. It makes each share worth a little bit less. But nonetheless, they have a lot of potential for actual revenue, right? When theaters open back up, we know they have $700 million, which is going to help them keep up to date with all the costs that it takes to run their theaters, to get them back up and running, right? That's my 2 cents there. I would not sweat it yet. I genuinely think AMC has some pretty solid potential. All right, how do I feel about AFA? I've been asked to cover this on the channel by quite a few people. Ooh. She pulled back hard, just like Tilray did. I'm guessing Sundial probably did the same thing. Sundial is up 24% still. Yeah, all these weed stocks are really pulling back now. Sundial's holding up the best out of all of them, though. It looks like it wants to hold over 50%. We saw a false breakdown of 61.8. Looking at an entry point, if it holds at 50%, that should be pretty solid, in my opinion. When's the merch coming, Justin? I did talk about that just a little bit ago. It is going to be coming very soon. I'm thinking about either releasing it tomorrow or Saturday. So keep up to date, my friends. Gonna read off some super chats. Come down to the bottom here just to keep up with everybody. Hey Trey, stay healthy. Could you check out CGIX and OCGN? I will be putting a video out on OCGN here later today, so watch for that. But I will cover CGIX here really quick. That is a disgusting retracement, though. That is a bad retracement. I hate to say that, but it doesn't look good. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. I'm listening to My Hero Academia soundtrack now. That is one of my favorite anime. So good. I know that doesn't interest you, but that song came on and I just started jamming. Absolutely beautiful. Anywho, that is a pretty bad gap down. This looks like it's going to get back quite a bit. You really want this to hold over 100%. Because if it breaks down below 100% retracement, this was an absolute pump and dump. I think the risk at buying it right now is pretty low, but if you're bag holding, this might take some time to pull back. I hate to say it. George W. Thank you, Mikkel. Thank you, Brandon, Jason, Red Vance, Chan, Ruben. I'm going to scroll back up here. I don't want to miss anybody. I do want to recognize everybody that did donate a super chat here, as I appreciate it immensely. Ruben, MVIS heading today. You know, as for today, I'm not entirely sure, my friend. It's tough to say with 100% certainty, but it is holding very well at this level of support at $19. We see 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounces potentially here, right? This could be the beginning of a George W. We got a bottom here, right? We could have another bottom about to form right here, which would be a George W, a double bottom, typically a sign of an upcoming bullish reversal, right? We did see a little bit of a sell-off, but guys, this is a very healthy retracement on MVIS. That is very healthy. That's good. It only retraced 38.2%, pretty much on the dot. That's great. MVIS it's game time. It's game time. I've been telling everybody for a long time that MVIS's time is coming, and it is finally here. You guys will have to excuse me really quick. I am going to get a drink really fast, and I will be back. It'll take me about 30 seconds. One quick moment. I know you guys tell me, don't drink Mountain Dew. I know. But I've been drinking water all morning. So it's time. I'm treating myself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself, my friends. I did see people were asking about Sundial. All right. So Sundial. All the cannabis stocks right now are pulling back. You're getting a little bit of profit taking. But what I do like to see right now is this. We had a false break, right? We see a large candle wick here. And this candlestick pattern is called a hammer candle or a shooting star. Now, what does that mean, right? Well, a hammer candle is when you've got a pretty large, a small body of a candle, right? Followed by a very long wick, like this, right? It's being all goofy. So that's a hammer candle, right? You've got the small body right here, not covering a lot of price action, followed by a long wick, which we do have, right? We have that right here. This is a shooting star or a hammer candle. Typically indicates weak selling presence and strong buying pressure, right? So I like to see that. That could indicate that you might see a reversal coming up. If we follow this up with a wide range green candle next, I would say that that's pretty solid. My friends, man, it is a beautiful day. I do apologize for anybody out there that was waiting for a video this morning. I usually get up at 3 in the morning so that I can knock out videos. And I set my alarm this morning for 3 p.m. instead of 3 a.m. So I slept until about 5:30. And at that point, I already had some obligations at 6. But I will be putting out videos here later today. What I have going on for Army and for work today is dental in processing, which does start at, I think, about 12:30 or so. So I will have some free time. I will be able to hang around for a while. And then once I am done with this live stream, I do plan on knocking out a couple videos talking about some stocks that I think have a lot of potential. One of them is going to be XONE. I brought this up one time, and I said to everybody, I think at the time it was trading at about $30 or so, and it went up to 66. So I really hope that people are able to capitalize on that, because I'm telling you, my friends, these companies are legit. They're legit. Exxon is going to continue to grow. Today is a great opportunity to buy. Great opportunity. Wall Street Bets posted about KNACK. Did they? I called KNACK out quite a while ago, too. I called it out back here when it was trading at about 62 cents. So I hope people are able to capitalize on that. All right. So Vicky says, would you mind looking at MMLP? I learned Japanese working at 7-Eleven for 4 years. Oh, that's sick. Heck yeah. Good stuff. So taking a quick look at MMLP, we will take a quick peek. Does look like they're doing a little bit of a retracement. I'll just expand this as such. A little choppy price action, right? Volume, it's decent. It's decent volume. This is a NASDAQ stock. Looks like it's going to hold its 38.2% retracement, but I want to see it bounce for sure. Currently on the RSI, it's trading at 57. Oh, actually, it's up here at 251. I didn't see that little green candle. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I think a pretty solid buy-in is going to be around here at 238, in my opinion. If you see a pullback there, I would feel pretty comfortable. Going to read off these names here. Matt, Ryan, Benjamin, Mark, Keith. Appreciate that, my friend. Vinny, Chris, love what you're doing, man. Praying for your good health. CLWD, I love. They are an AI company. CLWD is an AI company, and I absolutely love them. On the charts, they have a filthy, disgusting George W. I do have a position in CLWD. I've got about $4,000 worth of CLWD in my my Charles Schwab, which is what I use for OTC market stocks. I have a position in CLWD as well as SNPW. Both of these stocks have had some really filthy run-ups here lately. I'll show you SNPW. They also had a George W, an ascending double bottom. I will clean up this chart real quick so you can just see it real here. But they had a nice little run here. They tested out, 26 cents or so, 25 cents, pulled back a little bit, but they're looking okay. They're still stair-stepping higher lows and higher highs. They're still moving on a nice upward moving channel. We have this fallback position at this level of support to go to if we have to. It might bleed a little more here today. It's tough to say for sure, just because we haven't had a wide range candle to validate that we have seen a bounce yet. But regardless, we do have this fallback, which I feel comfortable with. And then Exxon, I appreciate you. Mark, Mr. Lucky Muffin, Dylan. I don't want to recognize everybody that did drop a super chat. I know that I don't get to read everybody's. I do apologize. Dylan, Kentucky, Blue, David, Mushu Dynasty. So Zoma I actually think is a great company. I have talked about them a lot on the channel here, my friend. I love them. I think they're going to be at least a $5 company by the end of March. And I said that a long time ago. Now they're trading at $3. Everybody thought I was crazy. When it was trading at 80 cents, I said this is going to be a $5 stock at least. And it's going to be more than that. I love Zome. Absolutely love Zome. If you're looking at an entry point right now, I would say somewhere around... I think now is not a great time to buy in. I would wait for a pullback to probably about 260, personally. Sundial, I did just go over recently. What do you think about Sens and stock offering at 269? It's an opportunity for you to buy in. Anytime you see a direct offering, that is your chance to buy in for cheap. I personally don't mind. Direct offerings are a way to get in cheap because that is good for the company in the long term. Technical analysis, I learned from Rainer Teo, my friend Craig. So check out Rainer Teo. He is an absolute animal with technical analysis. Absolutely love him. I'll pull him up here real quick just so you can see if you were not tuned into the live stream previously. But Rainer Teo is the best technical analysis teacher that I think anybody could look for. Absolutely love him. He definitely knows his stuff. Very simple to understand. He breaks things down in an easy to understand way, right? That is where I would absolutely start. Gonna check in on AMC here and then GameStop to see if there's any new developments. Currently trading at $5.80, $5.60 as I was. If we look at the level 2s, we still have a pretty large buy wall here at $5.60, so we're gonna drop this down just a hair to $5.60. We did have a false breakdown to $5.59. Buyer step back in. Still barcoding pretty bad. This is likely because of the low amount of volume that we are currently seeing on the stock. Large sell wall at about $5.64. Probably not much will happen until we get the market open at 3 minutes from now. That is how we are sitting at this current moment with AMC. Checking in on GameStop as well. I'll take a quick peek. As it sits right now with GameStop, we do have a little bit of a downward moving trend. So we've got, outside of this false break right here, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points. We need to break out of this descending level of resistance. The 15 MA did cross underneath the 200 EMA here, microscopically on the 1 minute chart, right? Indicating that we are in bearish territory with GameStop. AMC and GameStop typically mirror each other pretty well. And you do see that in fact did happen over here as well with AMC. We are 2 minutes away from the market open and we'll be very interested to see what ends up happening here. The most active stocks here on the day are Sundial, Naked, Exxon Mobil, Castor Maritime, CTRM. CTRM is, God, I'm so glad that I called that, man. I'm so happy for everybody out there that turned a filthy profit here with CTRM. They're forming the nastiest George W. That is an inverse head and shoulders inverse head and shoulders pattern as well. Head, shoulder, shoulder, neckline. This looks to me like it is getting ready to rip. To absolutely rip, rip, rip. I feel great about it. Absolutely beautiful. No options available for CTRM. If there was, I would definitely buy a call option right now. Oh, Hajime no Ippo? Music anime will get you pumped. Oh, I'm entering that now. I'm definitely entering that. Hajime no Ippo. I'm going to check that out right now. Hajime no Ippo playlist. We'll check it out. We'll see what it is. I'm going to skip this ad and come back here. Market opens in 30 seconds, my friends. We can watch any stock that you want to here in the live price action, just to keep up with everybody in the market. 20 seconds away from the bell. All right, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Chad. So enlarging the graph, I can do that. So I will go maximize here on the chart. That way you guys can see this in full screen mode. I will come back out to look at the level 2s whenever possible, just so that is also available. We are going to actually add a widget here real quick. All widgets, and we'll pull up a level 2. So stocks. We're going to look for a level 2 here. Order book. There we go. So we'll have this pulled off to the side just so we can have it in case we want to take a peek. So CTRM here at the open is pulling back a little bit. We do see a little bit of selling pressure. We have been open for about 30 seconds or so. Quite a bit of volume pumping in right now. We are down to, we have got about 49 million total volume. Selling off pretty hard. There is a little bit of profit taking. I do want to take a quick peek at AGTC. This is a stock that I do have 4 call options on at this current moment. Currently trading at about $5.30. It did run up to about $9.63 in the pre-market, which is pretty freaking high. On the level 2s, it is sitting pretty solid. Going to come back here to AMC and take a quick peek at that as well. Look at the level 2s. We are currently sitting at what appears to be about $5.53. Overall volume in the first minute, we did see about 3 million total shares, which is lower than we saw in the previous trading day. As it sits right now, we do have a pretty good buy wall sitting at about $5.50, which is where you saw this pretty much halt, right? $5.50. And we are looking at a little bit of actual buying pressure stepping right back in to match that selling pressure that we did see. On the level 2s, we do have quite a bit more volume than selling volume, right? Buyers than sellers. The bid is much higher than the ask overall. And this does appear to be what could be the beginning of a 2 lows, high close candlestick pattern, which happens when you have a high open, low close, followed by a low open, high close candlestick. That typically indicates a little bit of a reversal incoming, right? So we are waiting to see that come to fruition, and it does look like we might get that. That is disgusting. Man, that is a large spread. That covered 10 cents in a single candle, guys. Absolutely beautiful. I'm actually really surprised by that. That looks good. It does look like there's quite a bit of buying pressure actually stepping into the stock right now. This looks good. Dang. Look at that. All right, I'm going to pop in a cough drop real quick here, my friends, and then read off some super chats to recognize everybody here. Welcome to the Traders Podcast. If you are new, please drop a like. It does mean a lot to me, my friends. All right. Thank you, Collecting Plastic. Re-wrong who? Ye-wrong who? I appreciate that. Canf. Some say it may squeeze following Sundial's rally yesterday. So looking at Canf here on the 1-month chart, it does look like it has potential. We got a George W. Double bottom. I love saying George W. This is a fun word to say. The George W. We got the George W. Oh, man. But it is pulled back a little bit. It's sitting at about $2.70 as of right now. I see people saying that AFA is tanking. This is likely because all cannabis stocks are following the similar trends. But we will check that out in just a minute. This stock does have a nice upward moving channel, so I wouldn't feel concerned until you see a break right here at about 264. We're sitting all right now. That is my 2 cents. Coming back here to AMC. So we're going to check this out on the 1-minute chart. As it sits right now, we did have this nice engulfing candlestick pattern. We have this nice green candle right here that engulfed this previous candle, right? We do see a little bit of hovering around in this 565 to 568 range as it sits right now. Got a large buy wall at 560. So that should act as a nice level of support here according to the level 2s, right? And we don't have any particularly large sell walls sitting here on the ask side of the level 2. So that to me indicates that you're likely seeing a little bit of shorting, right? Typically, when you see an even spread across the ask as such, that is going to not project any particular buy or sell walls. This does look like what could be the beginning of a 4-bar play. You've got a large wide range candle bar, 2 candles that hover, and then you're looking for another wide range green candle to signify that we have breaking out of this level of resistance right here, right? If we end up getting that, that would be a pretty solid play. Gonna read off some more of these comments. Thank you, DC. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it immensely. Gonna come back up here. I do want to recognize everybody that has dropped a super chat. It does mean a lot to me. We've got Chas, Andrew, Nick, Justin, Steve, Daniel, the Traveling LPN, Justin, Blue, Sixth, Yash, Muns, Yi Rong Hu, and Kentucky. So, thank you guys very much. Good entry point for CTRM. We'll take one quick peek here. So, I would wait for a bounce here on CTRM. It does look like it is selling off just a hair. But we do have this nice ascending level of support, which would be a solid entry point, sitting at about $1.32. This hasn't really had a hard pullback yet. This is the first time that's actually pulled back a little bit, right? So I wouldn't be too overly concerned. If you are just tuning in, I'm going to run you guys down on what the most recent up-to-date information is here with AMC. We are currently trading at $5.78. Oh, look at it. Look at her go. Yes. We're going to see what it's up so far on the day. It is up 0.33%, which I should not be that excited about, but dang, that does feel good to see. Yes. Ho, let's go, baby. Absolutely beautiful. So, as it's sitting right now, AMC is up in the regular market hours. We have 2 days that AMC has been opening green. Absolutely beautiful. On the RSI, we're sitting at 76. My friends, my family, Gorilla Gang, let's go. I never thought I'd be so excited over a 0.5% gain, but this is absolutely beautiful. It is great to see some green here on AMC here at the open. We did open with that ugly wide range red candle bar, followed it up with a huge engulfing green candlestick, right? We got the 4-bar play, broke above this level of resistance at 568, and we are currently trading at $5.80 as of right now. Looking at the level 2s, overall volume as well. Volume is pretty decently high. We have 917 million in volume right here on this 1 minute candle, 644 million in volume here as well. Pretty long wicks. So the immediate level of resistance is looking like right around here, about 581. If we do look at the level 2s, there's a pretty large sell wall between 579 and 583, but it does look like they're getting eaten up pretty fast. We've got a large level of support sitting about 570 with a total of, it's shifting so fast, I can't keep up. 566. So 566 does appear to be the next level of support here on the chart as of right now. But there is a pretty even spread across the bid right now, which is absolutely beautiful to see. That does end up making it easier for buyers to push the price up instead of having this one wall where you see bounce over bounce over bounce until it eventually gives, right? That does look good. We do know that BlackRock and Vanguard have updated positions in AMC, right? We do know that Vanguard, if I remember right, has about a 4% stake in AMC, right? So we are going to pull this up. AMC institutional ownership. We can check this out on Fintel. These were updated as of February 10th. And we can see as of February 10th that Vanguard and BlackRock do have these current shares, right? So Vanguard has a 4.67% ownership percentage and BlackRock has 2.10. BlackRock previously had, I think, about 6 million and some change total shares in the company, so they did sell some, but they do still have ownership in AMC, and Vanguard does have 7.66 million in total. This could be what is contributing to the price action here today. This could end up doing some pretty solid things here for AMC. Looking pretty solid here in the pre-market, my friends. Oh my gosh. We have the George W right here. We've got the double bottom, one bottom here. One bottom here. We saw a little bit of a sell-off, a false break, right? Followed by this wide-range candlestick. As it is sitting right now, the volume on AMC for the day is looking pretty typical. It's not bad. It's not bad. We're not looking terrible. We had 917,000 right here. We saw 4 million at the open. It was red volume, but nonetheless, the volume does look like it might be following through to help push the price here. Not looking too bad right now. All right, Kentucky Windage. Thank you, my friend. Bohr, we will check out Bohr here very briefly. While there is solid price action on AMC, I do want to stick over there as much as I can. But Bohr, as of now, Has a big fat George W. Holy Toledo. That's a disgusting one. Look at that. Look at that George W. That is nasty. My first instinct is this is probably going to run, in my opinion. We just take a quick peek here. We've got an ascending level of support, right? And an ascending level of resistance. And it's probably going to squeeze down here in the next day. You've got a pennant formation starting to form. That looks beautiful. I love that. Volume starting to pick up. Nice gap between the 15 MA and 200 EMA. That looks like a solid play. Looking at an entry point, I would say $1.35 is pretty safe. That would probably be about neutral on the RSI at that point. All right. Just got into CLSN. What do you think? Pokemon Andy, I will check that out here in just a second. I do want to give a quick update here on AMC. So as it is sitting right now, we are starting a little bit of a squeeze down in price action. We have this small microscopic pull followed by a small squeeze down in price, right? So we're seeing, if you look for 3 touch points, we get that 1, 2, 3 candles, right? And then we had 3 touch points here, signifying a level of support. And we want to either hold above this, right? We want to hold above this ideally and break above this descending level of resistance. Within the next 5 minutes, I would expect a pretty hard push in either direction with a wide range candle, right? There's probably going to be a pretty good push in volume within the next couple minutes, either above this descending level of resistance or below this flat level of support. Taking a quick look at CLSN. Is this Celsion? Oh, dang. That's up a lot. Holy Toledo. I think there's a little bit of risk involved. It's already run up a lot, my friend, so I'd be very careful. I would set a trailing stop loss by the off chance that it bleeds, because it does look like it might do that. It ran up a lot. I don't like these 2 red candles. Just be careful. I would say set a trailing stop loss. That way, if it does keep bleeding, you can get it at a better entry point. That's my 2 cents, my friend. All right. Are you going to give updates on some stocks you mentioned for swing trades? I will be doing that, Jose. I definitely will. As far as weed stocks today, to be honest with you, my friend, I don't really invest in weed companies. As an active duty officer in the military, we are not allowed to partake in cannabis or investing in cannabis. I could actually lose my job for that, so I apologize. That's not something I keep super up to date with. I apologize, my friend. Sundial being suspended, that means that there are likely some collateral issues. This typically happens when a stock has an insane amount of volume pumping into it, and they can't keep up with the orders. So they will halt the stock until they can make sure that they have enough on the market maker's end or the brokerage account, either way, until they have enough shares to fill people's orders. Looking at the most active stocks on the day, the tops are currently Sundial, Naked, CTRM, Zohm, and Celsion, as it is sitting right now. I am seeing that RCM Tech is moving pretty good. RCMT. I do have some dry powder laying around, so I may end up getting a position in a company for a quick swing here today. I'm going to be looking for the best opportunity that I see as possible at this current moment. HEPA bought $134.3 stocks. By the way, diamond hands on AMC. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got to check out HEPA really quick here. We love that diamond hands. Gorillas, baby. Drop some gorillas down in the chat, my family. My friends. I think you're sitting good. It looks good to me. I like that. I like where it's sitting. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I would continue to hold. You're looking good. Have you looked at MBRX? Dang near cured cancer and has a huge buy rating. I actually have not. There's so many stocks out there, man. I try my best. Oh, that's a disgusting gap up. I'll tell you that. The risk looks pretty low. I don't think it'll likely drop much. I mean, it has consolidated very well. The volume's not very high either. So as long as there's not high volume in this, you're not likely going to see a huge push down, right? I think it's sitting pretty good. I like that. I think it's a pretty safe entry point. Do I think the stock market will crash? I'm curious actually, because I saw that my financial friend put out a video talking about a stock market crash. I usually respect his videos quite a bit. I like my financial friend. He's made some really good calls. He's made some great calls. I like his channel a lot. But one video that I did not appreciate him putting out was this one. The stock market is going to crash eventually. I feel like that was a little bit of fear-mongering. I didn't quite appreciate that. He's a really good guy. He makes some good calls. I like a lot of his videos. I think he made a great call. He was in on BNGO before the huge run-up. He called time pretty well. He called GVAC, I think. He's really had some good videos, but I don't think the stock market is going to crash in the near future. I think pullbacks happen, right? The NASDAQ has been on an absolute rampage for who knows how long, but I think that kind of thing, you're going to know when a crash is going to happen, right? It typically coincides with some sort of political issues, like the crash that we saw last time happened with COVID. Typically, that's how it works, in my opinion. That is my personal opinion. All right. So we're going to take a quick peek here at the 1 minute chart here on AMC, currently trading at $5.71. We did see it break beneath this ascending level of support. Saw a nice bounce here off of $5.66. We've got an engulfing green candlestick right here. An engulfing candle pattern is what happens when you have a larger green candle following a smaller red candle. Typically indicates an upcoming bullish run, right? As of right now, it does appear we may have the beginning of an ascending level of support. We look for at least 3 touch points to validate any level of support or resistance. Currently, we have 4. So this does look like a respected level of support as of now. I am going to clear off the charts to keep them as clean as I can. We're going to keep this as an ascending level of support as of right now. We will see how this ends up playing out. Looking at the level 2s. Pretty even spread across buyers and sellers here on AMC. We do have $5.65 currently sitting as the most validated level of support. Actually below that is $5.60, and now that I see that, $5.60 is a pretty decent buy wall as well. No large particular sell walls here on the ask, which to me indicates that this is again being shorted. Even spread across the ask typically indicates to me there are not people looking to take profits. It is people shorting the stock. That is what I'm seeing right now here with AMC. Quick update on SNPW. So SNPW does lag a bit on Webull, but it does look like it is up about 1% as of right now. I think SNPW is going to be a good stock. The setup here, technically wise, is solid. We've got a double bottom. We got a George W. George W. typically indicating a bullish reversal, which we did see, right? We saw this nice run, followed by a small pullback. In terms of how much this pullback gave back, right? It's a pretty harsh one. Gave back about 70%, but that is typical with this stock, as we've seen here in the past, right? This pullback was about 78.6%. So actually, this pullback was not near as bad. And if we do exclude the top of this wick, which I don't typically do, but we're going to just for this instance to show you, it actually retraced to about 61.8%. We typically look for at least 50, but nonetheless, it is looking pretty decently bullish here in the open of the market. That is all that is sitting right now. MVIS, good buying price. I did put out a video yesterday talking about a good buy-in for MVIS. I think anything under 20 bucks will treat you pretty good. And it is currently trading at about $19 and some change. Yeah, as it sits right now, it's really holding up on this level of support right here. I think that's going to be good, but I'll wait for a definitive bounce. Wait for some nice green reversal. Naked is popping. What do I think? Oh, man. Look at her go. I might actually end up getting a position here for a little bit. Do they have any options? No. I don't know. It is on a nice upper moving channel, which I do like. We always look for 3 touch points. 1, 2, 3. We have that, right? It looks like it's stair stepping pretty smooth. Huh. I might come back to that, but naked looks good. I mean, it's running pretty solid. We got a nice gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA. How much does this already run up? That's what I'm curious of. Oh, not a terrible amount, actually. All right, you know what? I'm going to take a small size in this. Not much, but I'm going to take a small size in naked. I'm going to look at, what's it trading at right now? $2? I'll take about 80 shares. Nothing crazy. Oh, no, that's not right. I meant, we'll do about 200. But I'm going to wait. See if it respects that ascending level of support. All right. Should I wait for a pullback on naked and MVIS or get in now? MVIS is a long-term play. I think pretty much no matter what you buy in at, with that, it'll treat you pretty well. As far as naked, I'm watching that pretty closely right now. I do want to see how this ends up playing out. If it ends up respecting this ascending level of support, we see a bounce, I feel more comfortable getting in, but I want to see that definitive bounce. Otherwise, there's a little more risk involved. That's my 2 cents. Looking here at my account, I have... Alrighty. It does look like we might end up seeing that respected bounce. I'm curious. So as it sits right now, there are more sellers than buyers here on the level 2. Pretty even spread across the bid on the level 2 as well. Looks like it might end up respecting it. That's a confusing thing. I'll come back to it. I don't feel comfortable taking a position here yet. Anyways, we're going to take a look at some of these super chats. Thank you to everybody tuning in. We're going to take a quick peek at AMC. Quick update for everybody here. So as it sits right now, AMC is trading pretty sideways. We do have pretty nice level of support right here at about what appears to be... I'm just going to delete this and level off a new one. Anyhow, we've got a nice level of support sitting right here at about $5.67 with a pretty large buy wall still sitting at about $5.60. Across the ask, it is a pretty even spread, but there are currently more buyers than sellers in total number, as you can see here right now. We do have a descending level of resistance, as is very obvious right here. It does appear that we might have ended up breaking it, but I don't feel totally comfortable. We are going to adjust that just a hair right here. And this does appear to be... Oh, man, I love it. This appears to be a beginning of a bullish flag formation. So I would anticipate within the next couple of minutes here, you're likely going to see a push, pretty hard push here. So watch for that. All right. OCGN, seller hold. I think OCGN is going to heat back up again. Is it still pulling back? Let's look at this macroscopically real quick. So, like I mentioned before, it did break above this descending level of resistance, and this is now acting as a level of support. So it does look like the rate at which it's selling off is decreasing. I think you're pretty likely to find a bottom pretty soon here. What I don't particularly like seeing is this. It is coming up pretty close to... I would have liked if it held right here. This might have been a false break. This wasn't a wide range candle, so I want to see it hold over 987. If you see it hold 987, I'd be pretty happy with that. I'm going to check in on UAMY. I am seeing some people talk about UAMY right now. It is up to $1.63 as of right now. Oh, man. It came all the way up to $1.84. UAMY's looking real good. I like that. This looks like the beginning of a George W. George W, baby. We got a bottom right here. If we get another bounce, that could be a double bottom. I like that. You need a t-shirt that has the George W pattern on it? Fly Beast? I actually do. And that the merch website is going to be coming out here tomorrow or Saturday. You guys let me know in the comment section what you were looking for, right? If you guys want me to release it here tomorrow, we can 100% do that. We're going to have many designs come out here. As of right now, we only have a couple, right? I do want to provide the best quality for everybody out there. I don't want to give you guys some cheap junk, right? So be patient with me. I will keep providing as much as I possibly can in a timely fashion. AMC, as of right now, did break that level of support. We do still have that large buy wall at $5.60. On the RSI, sitting at about 38. Volume is pretty decently low. Not a lot of volume pumping into this, which also means you're not likely to see a lot of volatility as of right now. Gonna read off some of these super chats right here. Thank you to everybody tuned in. Nick Stroomer, you think AMC will stay afloat 2021 plus? I do think that. And the biggest reason I do think that is because when they had their share at $25, right? They raised about $700 million after fees. And that is going to be enough cash for them to stay, in operations until at least the end of 2021, according to the CEO, which is a big deal. That's going to allow them to continue to work towards whatever it means for them to continue operations, right? So that's going to be big. It's going to be pretty big. I think 2021, if they get bought out by Netflix or Amazon, which is speculative, there's no surefire way to know that for sure. But if it does end up happening, that's going to be a big deal, right? Acquisitions are very lucrative, especially for shareholders. That could be a very, very big deal. I'm going to check in on AGTC here. This is a play that in the pre-market was absolutely on crush fire. Oh, Guys, you know what it is. 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 Say it with me. Say it with me. Come on, I don't even have to say it. I don't even have to say it. For everybody new here, you might not know right now, but people are going to take care of you, my friend. People are going to take care of you. We got the George W. You got a George W right here. We got a double bottom. Typically a sign of an upcoming bullish run. We have seen that come to fruition so far here today. AGTC is a play that I did bring to everybody's radar here a couple days ago. I do have 4 call options for 19 March 2021 at a strike price of $7.50. I do have very good feelings about this company. In fact, if I was able to exercise this stock in the pre-market, I would have sold it for a pretty solid profit. But nonetheless, the reason I feel very good about AGTC is there are analysts out there that have price targets between $25 and $30 on this stock. I have nothing but good vibes going on here. They did have their earnings call today. They did miss earnings by 1 cent, right, which isn't terrible. But at the end of the day, we are looking pretty solid here with AGTC, moving on a nice upward moving channel. Boom. Cooking with Crisco, baby. Oh, Tony, thank you, my friend. What's your take on TRXC? Trying to decide how long to sit on this one. TRXC. Transcentrics. I like Transcentrics. I would continue to hold. This is a growth stock in my mind. This stock has a nice upward moving channel right now. It looks like a lemon, smells like a lemon, tastes like a lemon, my friend. This is a mother freaking lemon. In fact, it's actually gapped up a little bit, right? We broke out of this upward moving channel in an upward direction. So we always look for 3 touch points, right? For a level of support or resistance to be validated. We've got that on both these levels. Broke this ascending level of resistance with a wide range candle. This is a wide range candle. It's a candle that covers a lot of price action. We got that right here, right? And now we have a little bit of consolidation, trading sideways. We have what looks to be the beginning of a double bottom, a George W, which is typically a sign of an upcoming bullish reversal, right? An upcoming run. I would continue to hold your TRXC, my friend. I like it. They're a pretty solid company. I have high faith in them. George W on AGTC. Check out FRSX. Going to be huge. My friend, I've covered FRSX on the channel. I love them. I think they're going to be not quite as big as Microvision, but they have just as much potential for sure. They're part of the autonomous vehicle sector. This company focuses on driving in bad weather conditions. I think it's going to be a stock that has potential to, 5 to 10x within the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit to see this at December 2021 be a $80 company, which sounds insane, but I think Microvision is going to be 100 plus. So take that for what it is. I'm just some guy on YouTube. I'm not giving you financial advice. This isn't financial advice. I'm not an advisor. I am just your friendly neighborhood trader. That's all I am, my friends. As it sits right now, it does look like AMC did get a nice bounce here off of $5.60. We've got a pretty decent sell wall. No particular sell wall, actually, I should say. Pretty even spread, but there are currently more buyers than sellers. 560 having the most potential buyers at this moment. But there is actually a pretty decent spread across the bid as of right now. RSI currently trading at 47. The 15 MA is still gapped up over the 200 MA. We did have a small little sell-off right here, right? But microscopically speaking, this is still bullish territory. And macroscopically speaking, I am going to be interested to see how the 15 MA is looking. In my previous video, I did mention that it looks like it is starting a little bit of upward movement, and it is leveled off as of right now. That is how we are looking right here on the 1 minute chart for AMC. Alrighty. CTRM, 2 more vessels. Let's go. Oh, baby. I'm so pumped about that. CTRM is crushing. I love CTRM. I think they're a good company. I really do. They're up to $1.52 as of right now. We got a George W. Didn't quite pan out yet. Right? But we are still setting higher lows and higher highs. We're in an upward moving channel right here. Right? 1, 2, 3 touch points. We get that. Right? Looks like it's going to continue running. I feel very good about this. I really hope my friends and family out there were able to get into CTRM back when I put this out on the channel. I've been talking about this for probably a month. Back when it was about 30 cents is when I started talking about CTRM for the first time. And this is really cooking with Crisco, my friends. I love them. I love them a lot. I'm going to need another cough drop here. Want to take care of the old gullet. I know you guys are always telling me to stay hydrated. I did drink quite a bit of water this morning, so please don't get mad. Please don't get mad. I'm drinking Mountain Dew. I apologize. I love a cough drop, though. All right. Thank you to everybody that has joined us here today for the Traders Podcast. I do appreciate you all immensely. It does mean a lot to have the community here. I promise you. I say this every day. We could not do this without everybody here. It truly, truly does mean a lot to me. You guys all rock. It is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. All right. So, we got Lord of the Lipids. Thoughts on AFA? I think AFA's had a sell-off, right? I think all these... Yeah, so all these cannabis stocks are pulling back pretty hard right now. It does look like it might see a double bottom here, though. The George W, right? If it does get it, it might see a bounce. I would watch for a significant bounce here. That to me would indicate that you're looking pretty decent. But I'd watch pretty closely. I think you're going to see a pretty harsh pullback on these weed stocks here today. All right. So Matt Akers says, I missed you answering my previous question about using stop loss to protect profits. How much to drop it by and when? So it depends on what kind of stock you're in, right? It's a good question though. So let's say, for instance, you're swing trading a stock, right? Let's say that you're looking into getting into OCGN, and you're looking at this over the 5-day chart. Let's say that you thought this would be the bottom, right? At what would have been $11.46. Well, what you can do is basically an insurance policy, set a 5 to 10% stop loss. That way, if it does end up going lower, right? That's not the bottom. You get out, you take a small loss, and you wait for the bottom, and you buy back in. Now, what's the point? Why wouldn't you just hold average down, right? You end up saving more money, right? So when you average down, your losses overall are higher. It's just a different strategy. It depends on what you like to do. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You could set a trailing stop loss, right, for 5%, and then it goes down 5% and just bounces right back up, and you got kicked out of the play for no reason. So it's totally dependent on how much you want to take as a risk. If you're willing to risk 10% of your investment on a trade, right, you could set it for 10%. That way, if it does go down to 9 and bounces back up, you're not kicked out of the play. But it's basically an insurance policy. That way, if a play is bleeding really bad, you can just buy back in when it stops bleeding. That's my 2 cents. Coming back here to AMC. We're going to check this out on the 1-day chart, 1 minute time frame. As of right now, still not a lot of volume pumping into this. It is pretty quiet. It's not going to have a lot of volatility until we get some volume moving into the stock. GME, if we were to pull this up as a comparison, I would imagine looks pretty similar. And sure as Southern Loving Mamas love cooking their chicken with Crisco, it does appear that way. Pretty much the exact same chart. So that is how that is looking as of right now. GameStop is actually holding up a little bit better than AMC at the moment, which is actually pretty atypical. Alrighty. Good morning, Red Leg. What do you think about Mara? I got a $31 call on 219. Alright. It's a $31 call? Dude. You're sitting filthy right now. You are sitting absolutely filthy. That's nice. You're crushing. I'd just keep... Shoot, man. I mean, it's up to you if you want to take profits now. I think it'll continue to run at least a little bit here. I think it's going to try to retest that 41.20 the way the momentum's rocking. I'd watch for that, personally. My 2 cents on KXIN. Let me take a quick peek at this again. Maybe I missed it. All right. Cheers from Germany, and please do a big George W for me. The George W. Oh man, I love that you guys like that. I don't know how that started, but man, life is some funny stuff. In fact, we do actually have a George W right here. We do. We have a double bottom, bounce right here. We got a bounce right here, followed by with a wide range candle bar. As you can see, we got a retracement down to about 61.8%. I would have liked to see 50%, but we did see a nice bounce, right? This wide range candle indicates to me that that was a bottom. Pretty decent volume pumping in right now. This looks like it's going to be a pretty good runner. It looks like a pretty good runner to me, for sure. It's got a nice upward moving channel as well. We've got 1, 2, not quite 3 touch points. I'd look for 3 to say this is validated. So look for 1 more here in the future. But this looks like it might play out that way. Looking for an entry 480 might treat you well, but it might not pull back that much. It's tough to say. We do have another level of support right here, though, sitting at right around $5.16. I'm going to drop it down a little bit, 510. But on the RSI, once this loads, we can see what that looks like. I imagine that'd be pretty high. Yeah, 60. I'd wait for a small pullback if you want to mitigate risk. That's just my 2 cents. Looking at the chart for MVIS, do you think it will pull back short term? And if yes, where do you think will be the next good buying level? Much love. Hey, thank you, my friend. Thank you to everybody that's dropped a super chat. Thank you to everybody that has joined us here and been a part of the Gorilla Gang here at Trey's Trades. Do not mind doing me 2 favors. Drop some gorillas in the chat bar, my friends, and drop a like on the video because we like this stock, right? Because George W. That is all that I ask, my fellow friends. and comrades. So Microvision is holding very well right now, right at this this level of support. It does look like it's trying to test breaking beneath it, but we've got 2 hammer candles, 2 shooting stars, which typically indicates weak selling pressure and strong buying pressure. So I find it pretty unlikely that you're going to see a break here. And if you do, it won't last long. Microvision is on a crash course for the freaking moon. This is never going to be a penny stock again, in my opinion. I shouldn't say never, but not anytime soon. This is absolutely disgusting. Looking dirty. Like I said, I think right around here, if you buy in right now, I think it'll sit pretty good. I feel good about that. It might end up pulling back a little more, but I don't think much. In terms of retracement, it's really trying to hold this 38.2% retracement. If it breaks that, I think 1819 is the next level. That would be my 2 cents, my friend. Thank you for the question. Still feeling good about Bile? I am. Especially because I don't think they're going to affect that reverse split, that RNS. Currently trading at $1.34. We're going to look at this on the 1-month chart. Yeah, I still feel great about them. So I'm going to clean this up a bit. They're on a nice upward moving channel. Setting higher lows and higher highs every single day. That's very clean. And on the flip side, we have a little bit of a squeeze down here in price action, right? I would anticipate within the next 1 to 2 days, you're going to see a pretty nice push. Especially because we've got this nice gap here between the 15 MA, 200 EMA, right? This is bullish territory. I feel good. I feel great about it. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Haswell. I would continue to hold for sure. That's my 2 cents. As long as it's still bullish, right? I feel pretty good about where CTRM is currently sitting. You are sitting real nice. Jeff, Leo, dividends. How do they work? So you are paid. I'm not sure what the dividend is on AMC, but dividends pay out either, it could be monthly, it could be quarterly, it could be annually. You receive basically a percentage or whatever the dividend is stated by the company. Where would it be? Where would it show the dividend? Not seeing it. But if that is the case, you would receive basically either a percentage or a set amount per share, right? It depends on the company, but you do profit off dividends. All right, I'm going to read off Bucky, Mr. Nobody, Red Ruby, Kurt Greenway, Ali, Jordan, Red Ruby. Gotta scroll back up here. And Jeff, Ali, hey, thank you for got any good crayon recipes? Oh yeah, the yellow ones are my favorite. Ali, Drew, Chad, Ashley, D. Blake, Roberto, Enrique, HC, Lacey, Supa, Lacey, I know you used to be Carly. Dark Cuz, D. Blake, Ronald, and Lacey. All right. So I know that I missed some people. I really do apologize. It is impossible for me as only one person to read off every single super chat. I do try my best. We're going to come back here to AMC just for a quick update on what... Oh, we're actually on AMC already. So as it sits right now, we have this downward moving channel, right? You can see that. You can see that we are currently at a descending level of resistance with a lot of different touch points. We need to break that with a wide range candle. It looks like we might have done that, but I want to see a little more action here to validate that. If we get it, I'd feel pretty comfortable. Ooh, this is a good song. All right, 1 hour anime. Whoever recommended that playlist, I appreciate it. That was good. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm going to change it over to this. All right. Give me 5 seconds. I'm going to skip this ad, and then we'll get back into the action here today. Oh, beautiful. Hero Academia. Can't go wrong. All right, so gonna start off here with Dark Cuz Workhorse. Can you tell me a good re-entry price and what I think about it? So I will check out Workhorse here real fast. Oh, oh my God, that's a good. Oh, I can't even. I'm all flustered. That is dirty. That looks really nice. George W, baby. We got a double bottom. Absolutely dirty. It's got a nice ascending channel right here, right? You can see that right there. We always look for at least 3 touch points. We get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points. Looks pretty nice. I like that a lot. As it sits right now, let me look at this macroscopically. I feel pretty good about entering right here. That's not bad. I like this a lot as an entry point. Trading at 40 on the RSI right now, this is a buy. I like that a lot. It might pull back a little bit more. It might, right? But if you're looking long term, that's not the end of the world. I don't see it dropping much lower than this. That's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents, my friend. Iman. All right, so coming from D. Blake. When will this breakout happen? Trey, you and Chris Saint have made me thousands, and I appreciate you so much. Hey, man, that means a lot. That means a lot to me. I'm telling you what, I don't do this by myself. I'm never going to take all the credit. We've got great, really intelligent investors over at the Discord. I've gotten a lot of great plays from you guys here in the comment section. All I do is look at the charts and read some news. That's it. There's no way that I, with one set of eyes, could look at every single stock on the market. So you guys pat yourselves on the back too, my friends. We do this together. That's what I love about the community. But when is the breakout going to happen? We do have a nice separation here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA happening right now. We've moved away from this upward moving channel, this ascending level of support, right? We see the squeeze down. We look for these 3 touch points. We get that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wide range candle breaks above, right? That indicates to me you saw a break. Now we have a new ascending level of support. We've got a couple different touch points here, right? Price action is a little bit choppy. There's not much I can say about the top here. But at the very least, we can say we've got a level of resistance sitting at about 380. Big sell wall at 369 as of right now. It might take some time, but it's not doing bad. Let me look at this on a 3-month. Oh, you're looking fine, dude. Keep holding. Just keep holding. It's on a nice channel. This is going to keep growing. Just have some patience, my friend. Sava. Potential exit points. Are you a bag holder or are you, shoot. So I think Sava, were they Alzheimer's, right? Nervous system disorders, neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, yeah. So this is a buy the hype, sell the news kind of play. In my opinion, you probably won't see this move much again until there's more news that comes out. That's my 2 cents, in my opinion. In my opinion. Lacey White. I'm trying to learn these patterns. Can you tell me what I'm looking at with the HCMC and what range I should have my charts set at to make trend lines? I will take a quick peek at HCMC. So, when you're trying to set a trend line, essentially all that I look for, my friends, this is too easy. I'm telling you, even an apes like us can learn this. I had to make that joke. I know it's cheesy. Gorilla Gang, come on. Drop some gorillas, because you all know my cheesy jokes. They're terrible. That's all right. Anyways, what you're looking for is 3 touch points on a trend line to validate a trend line. We have that here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different touch points. 5 just about, right? We broke that with a wide range candle, signifying that this is now going to act as a level of support. So I'm actually going to clear this off and show you how I do it. We're looking for a general trend, which we do see here, right? General trend, drop the line. You see a general trend, connect as many touch points as you can. We get that right there, right? We break that with a wide range candle bar. And now you can see this is most likely in a new channel. We look for the new touch points, right? We've got 1, 2, 3 different touch points here, saying that we are moving in a nice upward moving level of support, ascending level of support. And we can see here that we've got 3 touch points here. So this is a good level of resistance, right? 1, 2, 3. So we're in a little bit of a pennant formation, right? Given the overall trend is pretty bullish, we can see there's a large gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA, the moving average and the exponential moving average, right? It should push above this level of resistance. That's my 2 cents, right? Especially with what we know is the news catalyst coming out February 26th regarding that Philip Morris lawsuit, right? HCMC is suing Philip Morris for patent infringement on 2 of their patents, right? Since Philip Morris does have the IQOS smokeless tobacco product system that has, I think, like $3 billion invested into it. Big deal, right? I feel good about it. These are the trend lines that I typically look for. Hope that answers your question, Lacey. Bought AGTC call, $10 strike, $3.19. Well, I have an AGTC call as well, so I feel pretty good about it. I personally went with the 7.5. Oh, look at her go. Look at her go. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's so sexy. Yeah, baby. I feel good about it. That's so good. That's so good. Dude. Oh, man. I had some people, I dropped this play in the Discord. I did a lot of reading, my friends. I did a lot of reading on AGTC. I feel pretty good about it. They've got a $25 price target by some analysts. And a lot of people were like, why are you making this call option the day before they're expected to have bad earnings? I was like, I'm telling you, I feel pretty good about this, my friends. Look at this. Look at this. It touched $9.66. I'll tell you what, this is going to be filthy. I'm going to wish I bought more than 4. I wish I bought 20. I feel good about it, my friend. I think you're going to do pretty solid. You've got a lot of time for it to hit that, too. I would hang tight. Martin, dividend is usually in the quote box if you hit more. Oh, is it? In the quote box. So there's no dividend. It says 0%. So that tells you right there is currently no dividend on AMC. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, Martin. I actually didn't know that. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Hey, Trey, if you pull down the order book, level 2, trade under AMC holding top right corner, you'll get more details about the company. Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about this right here, right? Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Willie. I appreciate that. Mad respect to you and all the other active duty vets in here. Rock on, brother. I appreciate that a lot. I have nothing but respect for everybody out there that serves in the military. I know that I come from a military family. My dad was in for 24 years. Maybe that makes me an Army brat. Actually, I know that makes me an Army brat, but that's all right. I don't mind. I'm always going to take pride in my country. I do not regret that in the least bit, and I never will. Thank you, Johnny. We're going to come back here to AMC and look for any particular updates. If you are just tuning into the live stream, welcome to the Traders community. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang. We are glad to have you as a part of the family. All that I ask is that you drop a like because we like this stock. That is all that I ask, my friend. Means a lot to me. All right. So as it sits right now, I'm going to clear off everything here. We did have this descending level of resistance, right? And it appears that we might have broken that overall downward trend. We are starting a little bit of a consolidation phase. So we've got this level of support right here with a lot of candle wicks touching. We always look for at least 3 points. And we do have a descending level of resistance right here, indicating a price squeeze down, loading the spring, right? And we need to break over this top level of resistance because as it sits right now, we do have a little bit of selling pressure. Sitting at 42 on the RSI, volume is not looking very high. Did see a little bump here at about 600,000, but it's still looking pretty low at the moment. On the level 2s, we do see the biggest buy wall sitting at $5.50 with a total of 73,000 shares, which is pretty solid. So if we do end up breaking, we do have this pretty large buy wall right here. There are still more buyers than sellers, which is typical of this stock, per usual. You guys know how it is. If you've been watching these live streams, that is how it has been going. All right. Gonna read off everybody up here. I appreciate everybody that has donated a super chat. You guys rock. It does mean a lot to me. I promise you, I do not take this community for granted. We are all a team, my friends. We do this together. Gorilla Gang is strong, my friends. Strong. We'll keep cooking with Crisco. Take a quick drink. Oh, now I'm listening to the Pokemon theme song. Much love, man. I've learned a lot over the last few weeks. Thanks to you. Stay positive. Appreciate that. Is Sense still a mid-long-term play? I believe so. So, it's a speculative play. So, from my understanding, I think they had an offering, right? Yeah, they had an offering. So, you might see a sell-off today, which you are seeing at the moment, but I wouldn't sweat this too much. The reason being, direct offerings typically are just buying opportunities, right? So if you want to average down or you want to establish a position in Sense, this is the time to do it, in my personal opinion, right? Because the sell-offs typically only last about a day, right? I'm going to hold this for the mid to long term. In fact, when I get paid here, I think I get paid on the 13th. I'm going to be dropping a pretty hefty amount of money into Sense because I like them. I think they're a great company. 2 calls for Sundial expiring 3/5, 3/26, already up about 400%. Do you think it has potential to pass the $4 mark by expiration dates or just collect my profits now? My friend, I am a big believer in nickel and dimes. Anytime that I've ever gotten greedy, I usually get burned. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be pretty happy with a 400% profit. That's my 2 cents. It is 100% up to you, though. My personal take, I don't typically invest in cannabis stocks. However, if you do think there's more upside, feel free to do so. I think that Sundial is a little bit unpredictable. It comes and goes. It ebbs and flows, right? And as investors, we like to make the most educated decisions that we can, right? But who could have predicted this? Absolutely nobody, right? I'd just be cautious. I think it'll continue. I don't know. I think it'll definitely break $4 again. I think it'll definitely break $4. But it's up to you, my friend. I always like taking profits. BFT, I like. I know that Chris Sane doesn't like BFT, which is surprising because I think that's a pretty solid company. They've been trading a little bit sideways lately, but they are overall on an upward growth pattern, right? up from 10 bucks to about 16. I think it has a lot of potential to retest that $20 in the short term. But I think that'll be a great merger for sure. So checking out CLVR for John Lamb. You're in this at 1640. It sold off pretty hard. I feel like that was a pretty harsh sell-off. I don't think that'll last. It retraced to 61.8%. I would watch for a nice bounce. I think it'll come back. I think you're sitting okay, my friend. Just hold out. All right. Omar says that AMC short ladder attack trap investors in a recovery mindset. Since most of us took a loss, when a bounce occurs, like yesterday, it won't hold. Let me think about this for a sec. Since most of us took a loss, when a bounce occurs, like yesterday, it won't hold. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think it's necessarily true, right? I think the issue on why this isn't holding is because there's not volume, which happens because of this recovery mindset. People are cautious, right? So maybe in a sense, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I can see that. I would attribute it to caution, right? People are cautious. I think there's a lot of people, investors, traders out there that got into AMC as their first time trade, and it scared the living piss out of them. Like they're just like, what was even the point of me getting into the market? Like I just lost so much money, right? But I think it'll happen. It's going to be a slow snowball effect. It's going to take time. That's my 2 cents. I never want to BS you guys. I want to keep it as real as I possibly can, right? But that's what it's going to take. It's going to take some time. All right. OCGN swing. I love it. I love it. I think OCGN is going to have another nice bounce. It's, if I remember right, in a nice buy zone right now. 938. It hasn't quite found a bottom yet. You're looking for a bounce off this descending level of support. Previously a level of resistance, but now this is going to act as a level of support, right? So we're looking for a bounce right there to signify that it'll continue its run. As far as GMDA, I would prefer, guys, if you only drop one ticker. That way I can get to as many people as possible. I want to be respectful of everybody here, right? Just for the future. Thank you, my friends. I do appreciate that a lot. It looks good. I like this as a buy right now, for sure. It pulled back nicely. It looks like it saw a bounce, right? I think a good entry is around $11.60. All right. Going to come back here and check out AMC real quick for a fast update, and then we're going to look at AGTC and HCMC, SNPW. HCMC is up a lot. Woo-hoo! God dang. This is too easy, my friends. You guys gotta rock. Dang it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Anyways, coming back here to AMC, give you guys a quick update on the stock, how it is looking right now. Look at the 1 minute chart. So it does look like we broke with a wide range candle above this descending level of resistance. This should act as a descending level of support now in the future. RSI is currently trading at 50. Still more buyers and sellers on the level 2s. On the bid, we've got a pretty large buy wall sitting at about $5.55. This should act as a new level of support if we need to absolutely come back down to that. Pretty large sell wall between 566 and 563. That is where you're likely going to see the most resistance, which is going to sit right around here. So looking for a break above this price zone in the next couple of minutes here. All right. Ajani, thank you, my friend. Made hundreds and learned tons. I appreciate that, man. Is that GoPro, I'm guessing? Yeah. I think GoPro went on a pretty nice run here recently, didn't they? Yeah, it moved up nice, but they pulled back so hard. Oh, shoot. That is a bad retracement. That's 161.8%. That's gnarly. I would bet you money this has a lot of short interest. G Pro, short interest. I would imagine this is pretty high. Actually, not as high as I thought it would be. Wow. It's still pretty high, though. Anything over 10% short volume ratio is pretty high. I don't know, man. I don't feel great about that. That's a pretty ugly chart. I'm going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't see any reason why it's going to bounce anytime soon. That might take some time. Yeah. That's pretty bearish. All right, Trey, you going back to work on Mondays? Coming from Theo. So I actually am coming back here to work today. I have dental in processing that starts at about 12:40 or so. I did want to just come in here and do a live stream for the community, as I did have some free time. I do try to give you guys as much content as I possibly can, you know, when I am available, and I am currently available and rocking right now. All right, so AMC, not much has changed. We're going to check out Microvision. I have seen some people talking about MVIS. This stock is an absolute powerhouse, my friends. Oh, and she's back in action. Let's go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Looking absolutely disgusting. If you were able to buy in right here when I suggested at $18, you are sitting up pretty freaking decent right now, my friends. Microvision is off to the races. We've got a George W. Look at that filthy George W. That is a perfect W formation, my friends. Absolutely disgusting. We saw the nice run happen, right? Moving in a very nice, clean, upward moving channel. We obviously cannot keep this kind of growth forever, but it is beautiful when it is happening. I'll tell you that right now, my friends. Absolutely disgusting. On the level twos, there are more sellers than buyers currently at the moment. But there's a nice buy wall at $20.26. Which, if we take a quick peek, is sitting right around here. So this looks like it'll be a pretty good fallback position if we do end up breaking that ascending level of support. All right, gonna read off a couple names here. Roberto, Zach, I appreciate you. I want to keep up with the most up-to-date super chats just so I can be respectful of everybody. Roberto, Zach, Milk, Esteban, appreciate that. Sandy, Fernando, Nick, Mr. Williams, Fernando again, Gex. Yeah, I'll check that out. KD, Dubbin, Dane, Rhett, Love Camaros, Stormy the Stormerific. I know you're always on here. Encouraging people not to be desperate with AMC if you aren't a bull. I sold at a 5K loss, bought MVIS and Exxon calls and Zome share and made 11K. Hey, there you go, my friend. I mean, it's totally up to you guys. It really is. It really is. Just because I'm holding my position does not mean that you necessarily have to. That's what I'm personally doing. I believe in the cause. It's up to you, you know? If you want to sell for a loss, if you feel like the play is over for you, you can do that, right? I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply giving you guys the information so that you guys can make your own decisions based on your risk management and your decision-making process, right? I'm going to continue to hold, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to. As Storm said, right? You can make money back somewhere else. There's a lot of potential in a lot of different spots. Do what you got to do, 100%. Beards Tickle. I like that name. That's gold. That's good stuff. Yeah, MVIS is running. That is dirty. That is so dirty. Looks good. 15 MA did just cross over the 200 EMA, so this actually could be just the beginning of a nice run. Beautiful. All right, Evie. What's your current assessment on OCGN? I appreciate the nice words, by the way, my friend. That does mean a lot to me. So OCGN, I still do feel pretty decent on. It does look like it found the bottom here at 892. But I would like to see a definitive bounce. If the 15 MA crosses over the 200 EMA, that to me would signify that the downtrend has ended personally. All right. Thank you for MVIS tip. It's going off. Yeah, my friend, no problem. I love MVIS. I'm telling you, that company is going to continue to grow. This is just the beginning for that company. They have so much potential. Thank you, D-Tensity. Thank you, T. Paulo. Bought 1K shares of MVIS at 44 cents. Oh! Dude! Holy Toledo. So I have looked at TEL in the past. What do they do? Formerly Magellan Petroleum Corporation is an oil and gas exploration production company. The company focuses on the development of liquefied natural gas projects along the United States Gulf Coast through its subsidiary, Tellurian Investments Incorporated. The company owns interest in the Horse Hill 1 well and related licenses in the Weld Basin, onshore the United Kingdom, and an exploration block, NT-P82, in the Bonaparte Basin, offshore Northern Territory, Australia. The Horse Hill 1 well has identified prospects from the Portland Sandstone and Kimmeridge Clay Limestone formations. Any recent news? So what catches my gas is the development of liquefied natural gas. That's interesting, but I'm not entirely sure how I feel about gasoline and oil at this point. It could be good. If this is a clean energy play, I'd feel good about it. I want to do a little more reading. I don't want to give any misinformation out, so I don't feel comfortable talking about it too much right now. All right. Coming from Dez, LLNW. Well, they are stair-stepping pretty slowly here. Their pullbacks have been pretty gnarly, but it does look like they... I think it's likely going to retest down here at 442. That'd be my 2 cents. I'd watch for a retest at 442. Volume is very consistent, so it's predictable, right? I would guess that it's going to retest this ascending level of support. That'd be a pretty good entry point. Oh, baby. Gotcha, Soul. I love it. I love it. I'm glad for that, my friend. Happy to hear you. Happy to hear that you're cooking with Crisco, baby. We're going to check out AGTC here again. Just see how the price is sitting right now. Currently sitting at about $5.95. Did have a small pullback, but this does look like it could be the beginning of a double bottom. A nice bounce. We'll take a quick peek here. We got one bottom. We're looking for a wide range candle to signify that we are continuing this upward movement, right? As it sits right now, we do have what looks like to be the beginning of an ascending level of support. We're going to try and get 3 touch points, and we do have that. 1, 2, 3. So as of now, this is a respected ascending level of support. We are looking for that continuation trend for AGTC. I do have 4 call options on this for 7.5 at expiration of 19 March 2021. Gonna read off these stocks. Oh man, terrible. Read off these names. Thank you to everybody that has dropped a super chat. I appreciate it. Crypto KEK. Also, everybody here, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the video, please, please, please. That is all that I ask. Do it for George W. Do it for the Gorilla Gang. Drop some gorillas for me. That would mean a lot to me, my friend. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Crypto, Rio, Mamoon, Charlie, LS Yagami, Abe Tech. We've got Grevy, Jake, Bucks fan, and Michael Clarity. So, thoughts on Zohm long-term, debt-free, and a lot of potential. My friend, I have actually covered Zohm quite a bit on the channel. I love him. I love him. I know a lot of people don't like Zohm, but I think this is at least going to be a $5 or $6 stock come late March. When their True Forma system commercializes, it's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely crushing. I like them a lot. All right. So, Zohm, if you're looking for an entry point, let's just take a quick peek. They are still respecting this ascending level of support right here. So I feel like 265 is a pretty solid entry. You get in at 265, I think it'll treat you pretty well. JAGX. JAGX has been a little bit disappointing, sadly. Because they've got that merger with NAPO EU, and nobody's really buying into the hype, which is really, really strange. I think it's eventually going to run. It's trading sideways, it's consolidating, it's getting ready, right? I think the time is coming. Patience is going to pay here. We know what they hold, right? You guys know what you hold. This might just take a couple days. And on the charts, it's actually set up for a nice compression and squeeze in price action. I like them. What is your top penny stock pick right now and a good entry? We need another ALPP 14,000% in 3 months. That was so nasty, dude. I wish I would have gotten into Alpine. I never did. I never did. I looked at them and I thought maybe, but I didn't do it. I did not do it. That is so dirty, man. What do I think has potential like this? Let me think for a sec. I am 14,000% gain. I don't think I'm going to be able to predict that, right? But I think CLWD, if you're willing to wait this out, is going to be a big, big gainer. And I say that because AI is going to be huge. I think AITX is another one that could be pretty large. I think both these stocks could be really huge in the future. They're both OTC market stocks, so you can't trade these on Webull, but I think AI is going to have a huge push. I think about BlackBerry, right? So BlackBerry is getting into AI, they're getting into technology, they're getting into data interfacing and security, right? There's a lot of money tied in that. So if these companies can capitalize on it, I think they've got a lot of potential. CLWD has been moving pretty solid here. As of today, I think they're up about 1%. I'd have to log into Fidelity. I think that Webull lags behind by about 15 minutes or so, if I remember correctly. So take that for what it is, my friends. All right. Bucks fans. Bucks fan. Thoughts on NMTR. 9 meters under. 9 meters biopharma. 9 meters under. I like this stock. I've covered it on the channel before. I like them. I think they've got a lot of potential. They're on a nice upward moving channel right now. They've been stair stepping higher lows and higher highs. You can see right here, higher low, right? Higher low, higher low. They're stair stepping. That is very clean price action. That is picture perfect what you're looking for, right? Nice run up followed by consolidation. Run up, consolidation. If it continues that trend, I see no reason to just continue to hold. And the nice thing about that is it never becomes so overbought that people are scared to get into the stock. So I like it. I like it a lot. Good entry point right now to me, about $1.93. CTRM, I love them. I brought this play to everybody back when it was about 30 cents. I said, guys, check out CTRM. This has a lot of potential, and she has been running. Absolutely crushing. Oh, man. That is so dirty. That is so dirty. It hasn't played out yet, guys, but it could. We got the George W right here. I love that a lot. A lot. Nasty. If you're looking for an entry point, we know that we have this ascending level of support right here. It might end up breaking down there. I'm not entirely sure. I'd wait it out. If you want to ride momentum on this, you can definitely do that, but just be cautious. If you want to ride momentum, you're going to look for a break over this neckline right here at about what would be $1.59. All right. Thank you, Crappy Patty. Crappy Patty. I like that. Love your videos. I'm taking your advice and investing in what I can. Thanks for being a homie. What'd you think of BLSP? Blue Sphere. I've never actually looked at this company. Oh, actually, I have. Just kidding. They don't look bad. I think that it's a pretty safe entry. It's currently trading neutral on the RSI. I think you can get this probably the best at about 0.026. I have covered BSQR here in the past. Oh, BRQS. My bad. I apologize. That would be the problem. You have a good point. All right. So, nice ascending level of support right here. Consistent volume on the RSI sitting at 58. Big gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 MA. Looks pretty bullish. Looks like a bull, my friends. I think a good entry point. It does swing up and down quite a bit. It's pretty volatile. I'd say it'll come back down to about $1.79 here by either the end of the day or at some point in the future. All right. ADMP. I have a feeling that ADMP is going to be a pretty decent stock. So it broke this ascending level of support. It's currently did a little bit of retracing down to about $1.48. Held pretty well, got a wide range candle. I think a good entry point at this moment in time is going to be right around here at about $1.55. Nice gap here between the 15 MA, 200 EMA. Looks pretty bullish. Sitting at 46 on the RSI, so it is approaching oversold territory, right? So I think it's a pretty good buy zone. I don't mind that. If you're going to hold it for a swing, about a week, I think it'd be sitting pretty good. All right, gonna get up to date with everybody here. I do apologize if I missed your super chat. Thank you, Nat. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you to Nagolian Lizard. I love Sens, by the way. If you hold Sens for a year, you're gonna be up a lot of money, in my opinion. I think now is a great time to buy. I would wait to see a bottom out. They did just have a direct offering, right? 385 is what they're currently sitting at. I think their offering was at 280 and some change, but it does look like this might be the bounce level. We're going to wait and see. Watch for a wide range candle. If you get that, right? A wide range candle, if you're not familiar, is something like this. It's a candle that covers a lot of price action. So you get a wide range candle that bounces back up. That to me indicates that's the bottom. I'm going to check out AMC here real quick. Currently trading at $5.63, down about 3% here. And it does look like it might be starting a little bit of a push. The 15 MA is trading just underneath the 200 MA. We are going to be testing out a break over 563, pretty decent level of resistance at about 565 as of right now. RSI is approaching 58, looking for a break over 565. All right. Milk, vet to vet, thank you for servicing. I appreciate that, my friend. What do you think about Zine? And please check your Instagram message from Milk7TD. Thanks, brother. I do try my best to get back to Instagram messages, guys, but I got to be honest with you. I think I have like 500 Instagram messages. There's just no possible way I can get to all of them. I really do try my best, my friends. I am one simple man. I can't. I try my best. That's all I can do. So Zine, pharmaceuticals. All right, so Zine as of now is selling off pretty hard, and it hasn't had a bounce yet. So what you're going to be looking for is a bounce, right? A wide range candle. It retraced 78.6% as of now. You want to see a bounce or a wide range candle, something like this one right here, signifying that you have found the bottom, right? So if you see a wide range candle bounce off that, that to me would signify that the 78.6% retracement would be the bottom. We haven't seen it yet. So until you see that bottom, I don't want to say that this has stopped bleeding. It might drop more, right? So let's take that for what it is. All right, Joe White, thank you. SPCE. All right, so SPCE. I do recognize that I can't get to everybody's questions. I do apologize. I try my best to get to everybody the best that I can. If you're not doing me, would not mind doing me one favor and dropping a like for the Gorilla Gang here over at Trace Trades. It does mean a lot to me. Alrighty, we're gonna check this out. So, as it sits right now, SPCE is moving very cleanly. I've got a nice wide range candle bar, currently up about 8% on the day. Testing out a level of resistance right now at about what appears to be 57.21. I actually like that a lot. That's a good setup, but there's a lot of sellers on the level 2 at 57 bucks. So that's going to be a hard wall to push through. All right. We're going to check out CTRM, give you guys a quick update on this live price action. We do have the George W right here on the level 2s. We're sitting at about $1.60 as a nice, not a nice, I should say, but as a sell wall. Quite a few sellers here at $1.60, so that is going to be hard to push through. As far as buyers go, we've got the largest buy wall sitting at $1.50 with 150,000 total shares. That is a large amount of shares, my friends. Holy Toledo. This is having a nice run. Guys, I really hope you guys are able to get into this. I'm so pumped this did what we thought it would do, right? Everybody out there, I want you guys to make as much money as you can. I know that AMC has been a real big pain in the butt, but I'm very happy for everybody out there that's been crushing with these plays. Mike, I would appreciate if you'd stop spamming the chat with the sundial thing. I try not to be rude about things, but when you guys do spam, it does get frustrating for some of the other viewers. I want to make this as pleasurable of an experience as possible. Try to keep the chats clean, my friends. I really do appreciate it a lot. So as it sits right now, CTRM is getting ready to try and break this $1.60 level of resistance with a large sell wall at that level. We've got another large sell wall at about $1.65 as it is sitting right now. All right, so you called bio a while ago. You did my college tuition a month ago, and it's up 144%. Holy crap, dude. That's sick. Man, I'm happy for you, my friend. That's awesome. Money, money, money. Whew, I wouldn't recommend eating college tuition, but hey, it worked out. I felt good about bio. I felt good about him. BSQR right now. I like BSQR. I think they've got a lot of potential. They're pulling back a little more, which I actually didn't anticipate. I'm going to be honest. I thought they pulled back as much as they would, but they broke this level of resistance right here. Pretty wide range break. So the next level to hold is going to be right around here at about $6.20 or so. But I think this will continue to run. This pullback, don't get scared, right? One day pullbacks happen. This has run up a lot. This stock was $1.56 on February 2nd. Keep that in the back of your mind, right? This is up over 500%. Or I suppose now about 300%, but you get the point, right? 400%. It's a lot. So pullbacks happen. I'm not sweating too much. All right. Going to read off everybody that did donate here and try and gum up to the most recent comments. I am going to call it here pretty quick. I do need to get ready for work relatively soon, and I do want to put out some videos for everybody out there since I was not able to get any out yet for the day. So I'm just going to recognize some super chats here. Thank you to Ashley. Thank you to Yuns. Thank you to Rhett. Thank you Organic, Benny the Bull, A Wiggy. Oh, man, I appreciate you immensely, my friend. Thank you to Rafa's TV. Glad to see you doing well. I appreciate that, my friend. Means a lot to me. Ja White, I did get space here just recently. Hey Trey, great show. Thanks for the knowledge, love the spirit. Can you please show me how you have your MA and EMA set up? Thanks, dude. Too easy. So if you come over here to indicators and you click on edit indicators, you can click on MA and EMA. For my MA, I'll show you what I use. I use the 15 MA, that's the blue trend line. The EMA, you click on style and you click on the 200 period, and you can edit these as you'd like, right? So inputs, that's where you change the time period, right? You can change it to 200, is what I have for the EMA. And for the MA, I use the 15. And then you can have as many as you want, but I only use those two specifically. Hope that answers your question, man. Thank you to Devon. Thank you to Tyler. Thank you to Nicholas and Alex Stark. Jared, I should say. Jared. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to start off here with Jared. I do appreciate everybody. I try my best to get to everybody's ticker symbols. It is difficult for me to get to everybody just to be respectful of everybody's time. But this does look like it has the most opportunity as rinse and repeat. So it's trading pretty sideways. It goes up and down a lot, right? So the best opportunity for me is going to be to rinse and repeat, right? Get in at maybe 937. You can sell it for a small profit right around $10.29 or a little below that, right? Just take that for what it is. That's my personal 2 cents. Currently, it looks like it's going to pull back to this previous level of support. All right. Since the Democrats won, what are your thoughts about CRLBF? CRLBF. Oh! This is an OTC stock? What? How much have they grown? Dang. That's nasty. Yeah, man. They look dirty. What do they do? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think legalization of cannabis is an incoming thing, pretty much no matter what. I think it will happen on a national, or I should say, a statewide level, you know, at some point in the next 4 years. As far as when, it's tough to say. But if it does happen, it's going to be huge for cannabis companies. I feel good about it. If you're worried about Sundial, look at Aurora's first peak back in 2018 on Webull and the 1 year chart. This is a bear's trap, so calm down in cannabis, guys. Yeah, I'm not personally going to play around with it. If you guys are making money, though, I'm happy for you. That's just not what I've got better plays in my eyes that I want to get into. But if you're making money, that's money, man. I love it. That is absolutely what it's all about. Man, CTRM is just crushing right now. Absolute filth. Woo-hoo! As we're sitting right now, we got a large sell wall sitting about $1.70, so we do need to break $1.70. There's a lot of sellers here at that specific level. We got a wide range bar that broke above this level of resistance right now. We got a nice level of support at $1.65. We got quite a few people buying in. 300,000 shares just about, trying to buy in at $1.65. Testing out $1.70 as of right now. Eating up that wall. Oh, man, ate it up fast. Next level is going to be at $1.75. $1.75 is going to be the next level of resistance on CTRM. We've got 280,000 shares in size, currently waiting to be broken through with CTRM. The largest amount of buyers is currently sitting at $1.69. 328,000 total buyers, now 348,000. Waiting to get their orders filled at $3.69. There's a lot of volume pumping into this bad boy right now. In a 1 minute window, we are seeing this has actually picked up a lot. 3.5 million shares right now, picking up right now. I'm assuming there are some traders in here, some day traders, starting to pump some size into the volume here on CTRM. This is running like an absolute beast right now. Looking dirty. Still have a large sell wall at $1.75 as well as $1.80. Those are going to be the two levels that we're looking to break next on CTRM as of right now. We have a nice ascending level of support, right? We did get a George W, 1W, 2W. Within this W, we had a W. Man, we got W's on W's on W's. This is beautiful, my friends. Looking absolutely filthy. We have a nice ascending level of support as well. We look for 3 candle wick touch points. We get that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different touch points here. Nice ascending level of support. Looking absolutely dirty. Loving everything about this right now. All right. We're going to take a look at CYBL real quick. Cyberlux. It doesn't look bad. Yeah. I think it'll likely pull back at least a little bit, because typically when a candle gaps up and opens red, you see pullback. So I'd watch for a little bit of a pullback, personally. I would say somewhere around 0.0039. I'll label that off for you. 0.0039 right there. We got a nice candle wicks touching. That would be my 2 cents. I think it's going to pull back. All right. What do I think about DKMR? We're going to start, we're going to end off here with KMPH. Outlander Griffin is going to be the last super chat that I do read off here today, and we are going to call the live stream just so that I can get ready for work. I do have some things that I got to do before we do start the day off here. DKMR, as of right now, this is an OTC market stock. If we look at this on the 1 month chart, it formed a beautiful little cup right here, right? That is absolutely dirty. We've got a very nice, clean, ascending level of support, right? We look for at least 3 touch points, and if we just adjust this a hair, we can 100% get those. You can see that right here, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points. If we continue to respect this ascending level of support, a good entry point is going to be around 0.263. It is very overbought, though. I think a retracement is likely coming very soon, right? And if that does happen, a strong stock will retrace between 50% and 38.2, which is going to end up being somewhere around 22.8 cents and 24.4 cents. That is my 2 cents on that, my friend. Hey, Meditation Power Unlocked. I appreciate that. I try to keep it 100. I try to just have fun with it, my friends. The market does not need to be all doom and gloom. It's not all business suits. People like you and me, the average guy, we can chill out. We can chill out. We can have fun. All right, so CTRM is currently trading at $1.70. Man, that's dirty. So there's a lot more sellers and buyers right now, but it is holding pretty well. All right, Mary is, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Thanks for the CTRM info. Killing it with 15,000 shares. Dude, ho, you're crushing right now. That's insane. You're killing. That's huge. I'm happy for you, my friend. Hey, thank you, James. I appreciate that. Tell me about KMPH. So KMPH is going to be the last stock that I do look at here today. And then I am going to get ready for work. I do have some stuff that I need to do before we get going here on the day. So KMPH, as of right now, is in a pretty nice upward moving channel. We have a nice gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA. What I don't like, though, is this disgusting gap up. Typically, when you have a gap like this, right, you fill it with price action. We filled this much so far, but we still have a lot to fill. It's on a nice upward moving channel as of now, though, so that's good. That is good. We've got the 15 MA gapping up over the 200 EMA. It's respecting a nice level of ascending support, right? I would say a pretty safe entry point if you're looking to get into this is going to be around 983. Unless we end up breaking this level of support. If we do, we know that we've got a fallback right around here at about $9. That's my 2 cents on KMPH as of right now. Thank you to Daniel Jones and thank you to Devon for dropping those super chats. It is immensely appreciated. That is what I'm going to do for the live stream here today, my friends. If you enjoyed it, I really would appreciate it if you do drop a like on the video. Helps get the video into some other eyes. And guys, Gorilla Gang Strong, drop some gorillas here in the chat bar. It does make a lot of, it makes me smile, man. It makes me, it makes me smile. It makes me smile a lot. Absolutely beautiful. So, that is what I have for you guys here today. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Traders Podcast. We absolutely love doing this. I tell you what, this is a great community. I absolutely love talking with the community here. I love everything we do together. I will never take complete credit for anything, right? As a team, this is what we do. As one person, there's only so much that I can do, but as a team, we can do so much more. Apes together strong, my friends. Thank you for tuning in to the Traders Podcast here today. And that is what I've got for you guys. I'll see you all next time. Take it easy and peace.